Oh, and has speed of 0. Okay, incapacity, but they're considered charm. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so you're grappled by this guy. As you're grappled, he's going to make an attack on you as he grapples you and then just pulls your neck aside and goes to bite you. I believe he gets advantage because you're stunned.
Yeah.
Come on, Trevor, stop running to the vampires. Jesus.
Trevor, your AC's a 15 because your armor, or...
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe he still misses with a 15, with a 10. No, that's a hit. So it's going to be 3d6. Jeez. Okay, so then 3d6 plus 3, so you're going to take 12 points of damage, and 6 of that, your maximum life total is lowered. So your maximum life total is lowered for 6.
So that's true. And you said 12 altogether?
12 altogether. So now if you heal up, you can't go past... I don't know what your max health is, but...
So currently I'm at 107 with a max of 113.
Okay.
With a revised max of 113.
Cool.
And I probably need to make a concentration check. So I gotta get...
you do.
10 or half of 12, or 10 or...
You just gotta make a, save of 11.
That is exactly 11.
Oh my
con
gosh.
modifier is 4. Con mod is 4.
Alright. That's gonna be that vampire's turn as it grabs you and starts sucking out your blood, draining at it immensely. This one's gonna go, you can see as her lungs, or she's breathing heavily after that like banshee shriek that she did towards you. She's just gonna run up and whoosh, whoosh, and then just start feeding on you as well, as she's gonna make 2 attacks on you. First one she's gonna hit with her claws, second one's gonna be with the bite.
Hey, help me!
Oh, she crits you on the claws.
No, like really fucking help me.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was with advantage because you're grappled. So this next one's the bite. And you get critted again. So...
I can start rolling you up a character now.
Like I said, Mario, all of my other pre-made characters are level 14 and above.
Alright, so, we've been working with durability, right? We started doing that with this group?
What's like weapon durability?
Armor and weapon durability. That's why your AC's at 15 and not 17.
Well, it's 15. It's 17 if I have the shield.
Oh, okay.
Then
We're not doing durability. That's going to be in the next campaign. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's too many numbers.
all right. So this is what happens. So the first hit is going to do 5 plus 3, so 8 points of damage, and then add another 8 to that. So you're going to take 16 points of damage from the claw as it grips breaks through your armor, and just you can feel as she breaks a rib. And then the second, as she goes in and bites you directly on your, like in your chest area, she pulls out a good chunk of meat. That's gonna leave a bad scar, as that one's, so she does 9 plus 3, so another 12 points of damage, as you're gonna take another 6, your maximum health is gonna be reduced by 6, and then you're going to take another I guess I did this with sneak attack, so I guess Alright, let's talk about this real quick.
Wait, so...
Trevor,
So in Dungeons and Dragons, when someone crits, you just roll the damage dice again, right?
You can either roll twice as many dice, or you can roll the same amount of dice and then double that.
Right. And so if you're a rogue, Do you re-roll your sneak attack
any
dice?
So if you're a rogue and you crit, sneak attack does apply. It's
Okay.
all dice
So
are double.
Ramon, your elemental damage. Did you have to roll dice for that?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
1d4.
So just double that as well to the damage. That's my bad. I wasn't even. So that the creature takes another 4 damage. This vampire over here. With that being said, because again,
the magic effect on it.
yeah,
Because I rolled a 3, so would it be my roll?
it would be a
and the
3
house roll
plus a
and
4 on top of that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because the home rule that we're doing is instead of re-rolling the dice, you just get the max dice hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Then, yeah.
So with that being said, now that I've clarified the rules, thank you, Jeff. So that first hit, the second hit is gonna do 12 with 6 points of damage, being permanent, lowering your permanent health, and then another 9 points of damage on top of that.
So wait, give me the totals then.
Gotcha.
How much? Yeah, give me total
Anyways,
damage
die.
that
Come
I
on, Jeff.
take
You
altogether.
can't do the math on the fly. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Well, I can. It's just
No,
that
you're good,
I'm-
you're good,
I'm
you're good.
keeping
I know,
track
we
of
got
my
it, we got
current HP on roll 20. I'm keeping track of my max HP on my sheet, and so I'm like,
So
going back to,
so
like,
do 16 plus 21.
so I did the 16, so 21 brings me down to just 70.
And then you lose a total of
And I already took
6.
6 off my max.
9.
So what? And the second one was
Oh, I'm
just
sorry,
9.
12. Oh my gosh, my math is so wrong. Erase the 21. Add the 21 back to your health because I'm stupid. It's gonna be 31.
Okay.
6 plus 31, and then your maximum health goes down by 18 total.
Thanks for clarifying that, Jeff. Anyways, die.
Basically.
Alrighty.
And I need you to make 2 concentration concentration checks. That's a save. Can you do it again?
It is the save.
Yeah, you get a plus 4 in your.
Watch out,
You have a plus 4 in your constitution, so a 9. And the psychedelic wave goes down as Trevor gets you see blood just spurt out, and Trevor loses his concentration on his spell.
I may have misjudged my strategy.
I'm about to get my shit rocked by 5 different vampires. Oh, shit.
Looks like you already are getting rocked by them. Looks like
No, because they were all stunned, so I was just,
no, I'm talking
Dang.
like when you were coughing and stuff like that.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's about to be woed.
So this guy doesn't
Okay.
see what's going on. He's going after the fresh meat. Runs over to Trevor.
Hell yeah.
Gonna make 2 attacks.
I mean, I don't know.
That's the first hit. Second hit. Second hit misses. So the first hit's gonna be the claws as they go in. And you're gonna take 8 points of damage as it 2 quick attacks on you as they're trying to just make you bleed so they can just anywhere that they can so they can feed from you. Alright.
I may have made an egregious, a giant mistake. Can I still cast magic if I'm wielding a shield and weapon?
If it doesn't require any hand signs, or if you have Warcaster. So if you don't have to do, your jutsus. Theron, it is your turn.
I'm still inside the house, right?
You're in the attic, yeah. Technically on
Okay.
the roof as well.
Attic on the roof. So the roof is open, I guess.
Yes, yeah. They ripped a hole through it. That's how they flew out, and then you guys saw a bunch of vampires flying around.
Can I see Trevor, or is he on?
Yeah,
down
if
far
if
away?
you want to move up 5, you can see Trevor.
Okay.
Or move up 1 square.
Which one? Which one is the hand movement one? Is it the M or the S?
The S
S.
or
Okay.
somatic.
Okay, hold on, because I might
Oh.
not be able to. Wait, do I even have my shield?
Trevor, thank you. Trevor. Gosh dang, you always speak in that voice, so I just... Jeff, thank you for being such a great, like, co-DM. You too, everyone else. You guys have, like, learned this game with me. Except for you.
What's
You're
Will's
welcome.
AC
Except for you.
right now?
What's, what?
What's my AC right now?
Your AC is a 17.
Okay, cool. Then I don't have a shield equipped. Okay, I was so confused. I was just like, do I have a shield equipped? Okay, doesn't matter then. I'm good. Shield would put me at 19.
Okay, so
See if I can get some more
is it
tense
your
music
turn
in
or is
here.
it my turn?
It's your turn, Theron.
Okay. To get off the building towards Trevor, I would have to spend more of my movement, right?
So if you wanted to, you can do what Trevor did and just hop off. This
Uh-huh.
right here is 10 feet. So you just hop off, no problem. You can get to Trevor. You could walk out going downstairs, and then you could walk out through here. Or you could go downstairs and walk out through here, which will take 30 feet.
If I don't go down and stay on top of the building, most of my spells are pretty range. Can I just cast from up there?
Yeah, do rangy stuff. You just gotta make sure you can see him.
Caw. No, you're good. That's explaining game mechanics. There's
What
nothing wrong
if
with
I
that.
go right there?
And if you want to stay on top of the building, you'll be 10 feet above the vampire, 10 feet and 5 feet away from Trevor. According to D&D logic, you'll be 15 feet away from Trevor, even though geometry doesn't work that way.
I know, Pythagorean theorem much.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was just like, if we're talking about angles, we're
So
Yeah,
this
no,
is
it's in the rule book. It's like, just do it tells you to do it that way, so it's like, all right.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull up a calculator real quick.
So I'm making a 30-foot cone. So would it only... What?
A 30-foot cone?
Yeah, a fear cone.
Yeah, it'll do that. You're doing it correctly.
To 15, right?
No, to 30.
If you do it
All the
straight
way to
out,
30?
Yeah.
Oh, but
So
I'm
the
on
only
top of
people
the
that
building,
probably
so I
wouldn't-
thought-
yeah, if you do it straight out like that, you're gonna get the 3 vampires around me as well as me.
So see, now we're working with a cone, which is in 3 dimensions. So it would be getting every square in front of you, because even the one where that vampire is, because
Yeah.
3D versus 2D.
So it's gonna end up this big. It's gonna...
Okay. I mean, that's okay with me. I'll just
It's
get
a big
Trevor.
cone.
He's fine. He can be scared of me. I think isn't he down anyway?
No.
No, not yet.
No,
not
no.
like
He's
that.
Oh,
he's
not yet.
bloodied, essentially.
Okay.
Just getting his shit rocked.
They have to succeed on a wisdom throw or drop whatever they're holding and become frightened. they have to take
Ooh.
they have to take the dash action and move away from the safest available route on each of their turns.
I like this play.
Safest available route. Interesting. So that
Yes.
means he would
If
run
the
away from the
creature-
vampires.
If the creature ends its turn in a location where it doesn't have line of sight on you,
Oh no, it's talking
the
about the
creature
route.
can make a wisdom saving throw, and on a successful save, the spell ends.
Never mind.
But they can't. It's only if they can't see me.
Gotcha. I take back what I said before. I think safe route means he's not going to fall into a ditch or fall off the side of a cliff on purpose.
Right. He's not gonna run into
Well, and probably not into any
Alright.
other enemies.
Left to
But-
right, top to bottom.
Wisdom saving.
I think the first guy succeeds.
Let's see. What did he roll? I can't.
Wisdom is a... Whoops.
17, 10, and 9. So I doubt those other two save it unless they got crazy high.
My wisdom is a... Yeah, just straight 17.
Nope, did not save.
What? What is your DC?
My DC is 19 now.
Jeez Louise.
Oh, holy fuck!
Because of my new robes and my staff.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
So I have to turn into something that they would fear. And they
Um,
run away. Oh,
what are
Trevor,
vampires
you must make a
scared
save
of?
as well.
okay, so you
Oh yeah, exactly.
You-
It's wisdom.
Yeah.
walk up and you bang your staff up against the rooftop. As the roof shakes a little bit, there's this mirage that appears as it's this glimmering image of freaking the realm that they were trapped in, and it opens up and it acts like this almost like vacuum as there's this almost hellish scream of terror. The vampires, being so scared to be stuck in that realm, starving again, run away. And Trevor sees a squirrel. No, I'm kidding. Rabies! Rabies! No,
Trevor, what is your worst fear?
Trevor, you see Pyrebrook
Trevor-
out of nowhere just
Trevor-
falling down from the clouds, looming over Theron.
Trevor just sees an 18-year-old girl.
And then, okay, so they have to take the dash action on their turn, if I'm not mistaken. Because I can't do it on my on your turn.
Unless it
Hang on.
unless it says they use their reaction to do it.
Yeah.
While frightened by the spell, a creature must take the dash action and move away from you at the safest route possible.
Yeah, so it's gonna be on their turn.
But then it says on each of their turns. Okay, so every time.
So that means
They have
at
a
the
turn.
end of the turn, I can make the save from being fear as long as I don't have LOS.
No, you have to be out of line of sight of you to make a save. That's what the spell says.
Right,
Yeah.
but
If
it's
the
at
creature ends its turn in a location where it doesn't have a line of sight of you, the creature can make a wisdom saving throw,
Mhm.
and on a successful save, the spell ends for the creature.
All right, gotcha.
So they
Okay.
They
So
have
even
to
if you
be-
are, yeah. So even if you are out of line of sight and you fail the save, you still have to keep running in the opposite
Yes.
direction of
Yes.
where you last remember Theron.
Right. Right, and you don't get a save unless you're out of line of sight.
All right, Woad, it's your turn.
That's a lot of stuff going on out there.
Wait,
I'm kind of thinking.
did you want me to roll for a wild magic search?
Oh,
Ooh.
everyone forgot. Everyone, thank you,
Let's
Alyssa.
let's
already
wait
my-
until after this
it's already my
encounter to
turn.
start doing
Ugh.
that.
it's already
No,
my turn.
you can
Weird. Oh,
you can
man.
roll for that,
Anyways, I'm gonna.
or I can roll for you
It's my turn.
No, I would like to roll.
because the DM.
But, so, if I roll a 1, then I do
Yeah, it's a
wild magic
5%
search.
chance. Yeah.
Right. But if not, then nothing happens. So
Correct.
I'll do that. Hang on. Oh, shit!
That's not necessarily bad. We left a look on the chart to see what it means. So.
No, but the funny,
No.
it was so funny. It's just like her first time rolling.
Now I roll to see.
you roll
what
a
I rolled
D100,
for the magic
yeah.
search. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's okay. Yeah.
So,
First time rolling
God.
gets a 1.
okay. D100. Here we go. Let's see what I get. Oh, crap. Drop my die.
I lost my player's handbook. I do this every session. I lose my player's handbook. Even
It's
though-
okay. I'll read it to you
Oh, it's right here at my feet.
if you want. let's see. What did I get? I got a 55. No! No!
She got
Yeah,
a
but-
It says
55.
your hair falls out but grows back in 24 hours. No!
Theron's hair.
Oh no.
Now you have to draw a picture of
Oh,
Theron
Christ.
without hair.
Oh
It's
my
just gonna
god, looks
start
like
freaking out.
Silas from Dragon Age.
Oh,
Bald,
no.
shiny head.
So Theron, you cast this fearful image, and then like it makes your hair fall out, and
It just gets
you know,
suddenly colder.
at first, Trevor, you see a girl, you know, and then the visions the vision kind of clears away, and you just see a bald Theron. Just
I was gonna say, that's scarier than any fucking thing that I would find in my worst nightmares.
Hey! I'm still pretty. Still pretty. Ah, it's my fault for reminding you.
I wish it was just like you just go bald. I wish there wasn't it grows back in 24 hours.
It's so good.
Okay, Woad,
It's
go for it.
terrible.
Okay, anyways, I'm about to get my shit rocked by these three. I'm gonna try to at least kill one of them, I guess. There's nothing I can do to roll advantage. I missed my first. Is there anything? Nope. Alright, I'm just gonna take my two swings. I'm gonna do I'll do these dice, fine. Alright, my two swings on the one that's weakened. 7 and an 8 plus 10, because it's still plus 10, so 17 and an 18.
Okay, those both hit.
Okay, cool. Tight. That's 2d6 plus
Okay.
4. That's gonna be a total of 10. Ooh, 2 threes. So 16 points of damage.
Okay.
As I cut into them. Cut into that one.
She shrieks and howls as you eviscerate parts of her. You can see as she just like again starts to cower away and wants to leave the fight, as seeing that you are not worth the meal.
Yeah.
So not dead, but definitely want to be out of the fight.
Yeah, out of the fight. I can also. Oh shit! I keep backing out instead of just changing menus. Mobile D&D Beyond. Hold on. Okay. I want to go ahead and also. Hold on. Shit, that's awesome. Everything I have is concentration. Damn it. That's it. When I level up, I gotta change my. I gotta change some of these spells around. Yeah, that's my turn. That's all I can do.
Okay. This one breaking out of its daze, it shakes away, and then it's going to.
Hey, who turned the music off?
It's gonna run
playing music, I can hear
towards
music.
Trevor. It's gonna make 2 swings at Trevor. Oh my gosh. As I crit Trevor again.
Jesus.
Run up to Trevor and swipes at the claws and then bites in Trevor. So the first bit of damage is not crit, as it's going to be 9 points of damage. And
Wait,
then,
were those 2 separate attacks, or was that one attack with advantage? Because I'm still stunned and restrained and all that good stuff.
so you're no longer stunned. The stun end after your turn.
Okay.
The restraining.
Because technically, and Olivia, help me with this, they're still holding on to me until the start of their turn when the fear kicks in.
So I was
right?
thinking about that as well.
Yeah, it just
Must
says
succeed
on
wisdom
there.
saving
On-
throw or drop whatever it's holding and become frightened for the duration while frightened the spell. So I think as a response to being frightened, you automatically get dropped.
Okay. They just don't run away
until it's their turn.
Okay.
Yeah. They
So
run away.
as a side
Hooray!
effect of being dropped, yeah, that's how yeah.
I'm not restrained then? That's actually 2 separate attacks?
Correct.
Excited.
And so then the crit goes through. And the crit, oh my gosh. Might as well just I'm so sorry. And then you're going to take 16 points of damage on so never mind. So not this
Yeah, give me everything all together.
18 plus 16.
18 plus 16?
Yes.
Damn.
So altogether 18 plus 16 would have been 26 plus 8 is 14. So 34, and then 34 plus 9, so 43. You took 43 points of damage.
From a 6 and a 13 on the dice?
Yeah, so I get a plus 3 on both those
Okay.
rolls. So that 6 is a 9, and then that 13 is a 16, and then I crit you, so then you get triple sixes, which is 18.
Oh, I didn't. Sorry, I was looking at the. I thought it was 1d6, and then it was. Never mind.
Yeah.
So 43.
43, and then of that 43, 24 of it reduces your maximum health points.
And how much was that on the max?
24.
24.
As a vampire runs up to you, sticking to their pack tactics of grabbing and just completely feeding on one person, he goes and just nails into you, bites into an artery, and your blood just starts spilling and splattering all over the floor. This one's gonna go, comes out of its daze, smelling all the blood coming from Trevor, runs over there. Okay, so this is actually very important. The first hit,
Attacking me?
yes. The first hit is going to do 6 points of damage. As she claws into you, you have barely enough strength to push her away as she runs up to you, and she misses her bite as she chomps down into the air, leaving you, I think, at 3 health.
Yeah, if it's 6, then yeah, I'm down to 3.
This one retreats away, attempts to run. You can make an attack of opportunity if you want to, Wode.
Yes.
As Trevor's, the smell of iron and blood just fills the air as you are being ganked by these guys.
14?
14 total. That is a miss. As you swing, she's too quick and sidesteps out of the way and jumps off. Is going to take off 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
No, but what if you let me swing again?
Trevor, it's your turn.
What I have to do is start running away from Theron. I don't know if anybody gets attacks of opportunities on me.
Uh-oh.
The two guys do, but the feared people do not.
So I'm technically running through this person's legs because I'm smaller than they are, but I don't know if I even make it that far. if either of them are going to swing at me.
Is that the safest way possible? Because you're supposed to go the safest way.
That is true.
I mean, they're surrounding me on like all axis. So even if I go over here, I mean, if that's what they want to use their reaction for, this one is probably going to take a swipe at me.
Yeah. So
I don't think this is affected either. So
I'm gonna have to.
And again, technically, moving laterally like that, moving sideways, is not getting away from you. So I would have to go.
In all intents and purposes, I mean, it is. You are getting further away.
That's true, yeah. But, I mean, that's up to you. I don't know if they're going to use their reactions to do that, so that's what I'm doing, is I'm going between this dude's legs. But I can't... If they're going to attack me, then I can't make it any further than that.
I mean, if they miss. I need to... Hold on. Why is... Oh, there it is. Okay, so they all make attacks on you. It's just that the ones that are feared have disadvantage. So that means 1, 2, 3 of them will make attacks on you.
Maybe that wasn't such a good plan after all.
It's pretty funny, though. I like the idea that, like, I have to run away from my teammate.
Get away from me, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
So the first two are the ones with disadvantage. Second one, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm down. And
How
you know what? It's within your rights if you want to keep doing it.
Are you still critting him?
I crit him again.
You stop that.
This is how players die. I just can't stop critting him. What?
Let's work through this, though. So that's 5 attacks of opportunity?
No, just 3.
Wait. Oh, just 3?
Mm-hmm.
So the 19 definitely hit. So that takes me to
disadvantage.
0.
So the first 4 dice are paired together. So the 1 and the 19 are together, and the 4 and the 10 are together. So the 1 automatically misses, the 4 misses because your AC is too high, and then the 4th hit is the guy that was not feared, and I rolled a natural 20.
So I'm at 0, but I'm still... I don't have to mark off any death saves.
No, because you had just enough life to... Yeah. Yeah, so you're good.
Does that do anything to my max, or is he just hitting me with a weapon or a claw?
So it would be a claw, so it wouldn't do anything to your max.
Okay.
Alright, so then this one's going to go ahead and attack you, Woad.
Oh, man.
As it is behind you, it's gonna break in with your claws. Cannot get a good bite in. Its claws are gonna go ahead and do 8 points of damage to you as they dig in. They just grip into you. This guy has to run. So 5, 10, 15. What the flip noggins? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. This guy has to do the same. He goes up here.
Okay.
As he runs away, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. This one does the same. Oh, it's her turn. She gets to roll her thingy. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 45, 50, 55, 60. Theron, it's your turn. You can see as the two vampires ahead of you are fixated on the unconscious body before them, and they don't seem like they're gonna stop because these are very feral vampires that want nothing more but to feed.
So Trevor fell.
Trevor
Right.
is unconscious.
Okay. I am going to. Let's see.
Is that frightened spell concentration?
Um.
No, it
Yes.
is. Yes, it is. Okay.
Yes, it is. It has this little C beside it. Concentration. So let me see. So with concentration, I can't cast another spell, right? Or it
You
drops.
can. You just can't cast another. Okay, you can cast another spell, but if you cast another concentration spell, your
Oh.
prior one will drop.
Okay. Trying to see if this was concentration. Why doesn't it say? So my staff has mage armor and a shield. So
You're still the one that it's siphoning off of.
what, the staff?
So, like, if shield
But the-
requires concentration, like, your staff is providing the energy, but you are the
Right,
one
right,
that's
I
like,
understand.
yeah, okay.
I understand. I just don't know if it doesn't tell me if it's concentration, so I guess it's not.
Oh, for the
For a shield or mage armor, which it has both. Because I'm looking at them right here, but there's nothing. It just says visual.
No, shield is not concentration, and I don't think mage armor is either. Maybe
Oh.
mage armor might be. Mage armor is
No.
not.
Okay, cool. I am going. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to jump down here
Okay.
and stand. I want to get in between Trevor and Dude.
Okay.
So right here. And I'm going to cast.
So as you move up there, oh, she already used her reaction. Never mind. Go. Keep going.
I'm gonna cast shield on myself. Invisible barrier of magical force appears and protects you until the start of your next turn. You have +5 bonus to AC, including against the triggering attack, and you take no damage from the magic missile.
What's your AC before shield?
19.
Okay.
Why? No, 20. 20 now.
Before shield?
Yeah. So now it's 25.
Okay. I'm gonna mess with your thing.
No. Okay.
Because you have your
Oh,
AC
my-
in your
on here.
thing. I thought your AC was 12 this whole time.
No. It's 25 now.
Okay, so that's easy. You can just do 25, and it says plus. Okay, cool.
No, remember it was messed up last time. I never.
You're like, I just never fixed
Oh.
it.
Yeah. What is the 12 for?
Passive perception. It's for me if I want to sneak up on you guys, so I can see if I passed or not. And if I didn't, then I'm like, oh, some dude just tripped out of the bushes. Some dude just tripped.
Oh, okay. All right.
But
well,
Woad has a passive perception of 18, so I don't know anytime I'm gonna sneak up on you
Yep.
guys.
And imagine if I get the feat that gives me a +5, observant. Woo!
Yeah, that's a pretty sweet feat.
So I want to then. Wait. Is this the concentration spell? No, it's not a concentration spell.
No,
Wait,
it's not.
no, I can't do another one. Never mind. I thought I could. That was my action to use the staff. So I'm
Okay.
good. That's my turn.
Do you want to use your bonus action for anything?
Well, depends on what you're trying to do.
What do you mean?
Because shield uses up your reaction. You could still cast a spell that takes an action or a bonus action. It would just have to be a cantrip.
This is correct.
It's a
Yeah, so if you
reaction.
casted shield, it takes a reaction, not an action.
Oh, sweet. That's nice.
So that also means you can cast shield when it's not your turn.
Oh.
Yeah, like if somebody, like if a
fancy.
random thing attacks you,
And it hits.
you can just be like, shield, fuck you.
Sweet. Okay, fine. I'm gonna cast Blight on her then. This one.
But you can only cast a cantrip.
Oh, you can only cast a cantrip.
Yeah, because it's like too high level to cast 2 level spells in the same turn.
Oh, I would hope if I had a cantrip that don't.
Or you can like hit somebody with a stick or something. That's up to you.
I forgot to
Just
look
whack 'em.
into that.
Just whack
Remind
'em
me to
with
look
the
into
staff.
that after the game. Because I
Look
thought
it
it was
up.
like, it was something weird, like, if you use a bonus action, make sure you cast a spell first, and then you can use your action to cast another spell, but I could be wrong about that.
No, you're right. But it's a cantrip.
I think it's just that
as
one
your-
of them has to be a cantrip. Because
Yeah, a cantrip as your
on your
bonus.
turn, always you have an action and a bonus action. It's just that you can't cast 2 first or higher level spells in the same turn. So you could cast like a 9th level spell, but still cast a cantrip if
The
if
only
either one of them is an action or a bonus action.
Makes sense.
the only thing is that I don't have any bonus action spells except for one,
Right.
which is technically just me running away. So I can't do any I don't really have any bonus action spells. So if I can do if I can do the reaction and then do a cantrip, like that's fine, I guess, if that's right.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You can do that. So you do use your reaction to cast shield, and then you go and do a cantrip.
Yeah, let's try. Oh, I don't even know if this will work. Cause it's chill touch.
Uh-huh.
Create a ghostly skeletal hand in the space of a creature within range. It's already dead though. Just assail it with the chill of the grave. On a hit, the target takes 1d8 necrotic damage, not neurotic, and it can't regain hit points until the start of your next turn. Until then, the hand clings to the target. If you hit an undead target, it also has disadvantage on attack rolls against you until the end of your next turn.
Okay. So
It's undead, technically, right? So it would just be a disadvantage.
you ask this out loud to yourself. Yes, you do. I mean, we can find out. Yes. All right. See if you hit. Oh, your spell attack's gone up, hasn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh, and the spell increases by 1d8 when you reach level 5.
So it's actually a 3d8 damage because you guys are level 11.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so I guess I'll roll. Let's see if I hit him. It's not a saving, right? I just hit him.
Yeah, you have to see if you hit.
Uh, 10.
What did you roll?
A 10.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that hits because you're...
Wait, what do I add to it?
You have to add your proficiency, your spell modifier, your cloak.
All of it? I
Yeah.
add all of it?
Yeah, so your proficiency should be a 4. Your spell modifier should be a 4 or a 5.
It's a 4.
So yeah, it would
So
be your charisma.
14.
And then your
then the
your
cloak.
adds 2 or 3 or something like that.
2.
Or robes, I keep saying cloak. It adds 2.
Yeah.
So then
20.
Yeah.
so that's 16, 20.
20.
10.
So that's a hit. That's a hit. So roll 3d8.
Wait, how's that 20?
I don't know where he got 20 from.
It's 10 plus 10, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it
Four,
is. Yeah, it is. It's
two?
5. It's
Yeah.
5 plus 5, which is 10. Yeah, that works.
4, 4, and 2, 10.
4,
plus
4,
10.
2. So you
Kill
got
it,
20
kill it.
total. Dirty
Okay,
20.
Just kill it.
And then
Okay,
roll
fine.
3d8s. Theron got really scary. Like overnight.
Oh, it's only a 9.
Okay, this time I believe you.
Because I rolled 2 1s.
Yeah, I figured. I was like, she probably rolled 2 1s or something. So you run up. You bang your shield down on the cobblestones. There's a crack in the cobblestones as this light appears from the cracks, and you start glowing immensely with this arcane energy. And then you reach over and you push the vampire away on its face, leaving a handprint mark on the vampire's face.
You shall not pass.
Load.
Alright. Just gonna smack the one next to me.
You turn around. What?
Let me see. Hold on. Wait, oh. They're all getting separated from me. No one's really attacked me, have they?
They have. I've just missed you every time.
No, okay. Well, just bobbing and weaving.
Bobbing and weaving.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll just take my 2 swings at them. I can't really do anything. Mother trucker. I got a 4 and a 5, so 14 and a 15.
15 hits.
Okay, cool. D6 plus D4. Total of 9 damage.
You have a +9 to hit, right?
Plus 9, and an elemental weapon gives me a +1.
Oh, okay, that's where that's coming from. I was like, how do you get 15?
Yeah. With the gun, I have a +11.
That makes sense. Okay. What did you hit? What was the damage?
9.
An elemental weapon makes the weapon magical. I'm not even going to think about that. I'm not about to do all that. All right.
Yep.
This creature right here, the vampire you just marked, Theron, is taking 2 swings at you. You notice its movements are much slower as it swings in at you with disadvantage. Wow. I'm just on the warpath to kill you guys tonight. I'm just-
Really, I'm
39.
fine. I'm fine.
39.
It was a 19 and a 20, but disadvantage I rolled a 19. And then I rolled a 19 and a 17. With disadvantage I got a 17. So 17. I have a +6 to all my attacks. So the 19 hits, the 17 misses. My first attack is always going to be the claws. These guys crits on 19. No, I'm just kidding. So then you're going to take 9 points of damage, Theron, as even in the slower movement... What's up?
How does the 19 hit?
I have a +6 to hit, so I have 25.
Oh, so it's a 25.
Yeah.
Even though that's my AC at the moment. It's
Uh-huh.
25.
Yeah, if I land on it or above it,
Okay.
I hit.
I'm just making sure. I'm
Yeah.
just checking.
The 17 misses.
As they say.
What?
For the AC, you have to meet it or beat it.
Uh-huh.
And so, even at the slower movements, the vampires spawn like angry now that you're in the way of what is deemed a nearly fresh kill. Swipes at you and gets you. Trevor's in the perfect position where he is unconscious but not dead yet for a vampire to feed on him. And you take 9 points of damage. This vampire... is going to run up to you and is going to make 2 grappling checks on you. Go ahead and make a dexterity or strength saving throw. So, I'm sorry, acrobatics or athletics saving throw, your choice.
I don't think any of them are good. Let's see. What, acrobatics?
Yo.
17.
Trevor, if Theron wasn't there, that crit would have been for you.
Oh, I'm aware.
I mean, that would have been fine. What does he weigh? 40 pounds?
Okay, roll. Okay, so you beat the first one. Roll to see if you beat the second grapple.
9.
9?
Yeah.
You are now grappled.
Can he do it at advantage? I mean, I know I'm unconscious, but technically I'm flanking.
Oh, so you want to give the vampire advantage?
I'm just kidding. Man. Straws here. I made a thing, and I want Theron to see it. Damn it!
Okay, you are grappled, Theron. Your movement has become 0.
Well, fuck.
This
Okay.
vampire is actually out of the fight and gone as she just runs away. Trevor, make a death saving throw.
You better succeed.
Oh, son of a... That's an 8.
That's a
gonna be
failure.
a fail.
You better not die.
Also, I went ahead and rolled something just on my end for what Trevor is experiencing right now. We don't have to roleplay it. It could be just a personal thing for me. But if you want to roleplay it, just let me know, Mario, and maybe we'll go into the Upside Down later.
Okay. You want to do that now? You said later? What?
Let's say if I actually end up
Living?
departing the mortal coil,
Okay.
if you will. But yeah, we'll hold off for now.
All right. This
That's the end of my turn.
Okay, this vampire. Yeah, she's just gonna keep fighting you as she swings in. Wow, misses both of them as you and her are going back and forth in this attic area, just busting things around and throwing things. And whoo, whoo, misses 2, just whiffs. This vampire is out of line of sight. Fails its save and continues to run to the point where it is off map and gone. This vampire has no LOS. Fails as well. Wait, I basically have to beat a 19 every time, don't I?
Sure do.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Disappears off the map. Basically,
me
just
these
they are
eyes.
so afraid of being trapped back into that mini dimension that they don't even think about returning to that area. The last one is going to do the same thing and succeed. However, as she succeeds, she still just leaves. But because she's LOS, you guys don't know where she leaves to. Wait, is she LOS? No, she's still in line of sight on you. Yeah, she's still in line of sight on you. Never mind.
Does she?
She runs away.
Keep running.
Yeah, that corner can still see your corner.
Lucky.
So she dashes away. That dash will take her off the map, and she's gone for good. So you've successfully been rid of 4 vampires. Theron, it's your turn.
Alright, I am grappled.
You are, so your movement is zeroed.
But I can still cast, right?
Yes.
So, let's see.
Get the Jumanji drums out.
I'm just gonna cast Blight on her.
On this one down here?
The one that's grappling, whichever one
Okay,
it is.
yeah, that works.
Constitution saving throw.
What level?
I'm gonna do 4th again, because
Okay.
that's 3d8.
8d8s.
8d8. Sorry. 8d8. I keep reading the wrong thing.
Alright, so she fails as you just point blank just put the palm of your hand on her thighs and it just starts rotting away as you dish out some major decay damage. And you can, did we lose you?
No, I'm still here. I'm
Okay.
rolling.
Okay, you're good.
I got one more. 33.
33 points of damage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
You guys have been silent for a long time, so I thought it was just an intermission or something, and I realized my end had messed up, so I just reconnected.
Uh-oh.
It's been like a good 5-6 minutes.
It's just like
Have I had
like,
to make
man.
any rolls?
no,
Man,
not at all.
Olivia
But it is your
thinking really
turn. Like
hard
it,
about her next move.
well, unless Theron wants to use like a bonus action or which I know you don't have any bonus action spells, but I still.
But I can turn my sorcery points into a bonus action.
Woo!
You
But-
can.
Okay. But I think I can still only do a cantrip on those. If I remember correctly. I wrote it down.
Correct.
Let's see, where did it?
Well, if you've already casted Blight, yeah. Basically, it's another cantrip. Yeah.
Oh, no. I can actually
Well-
cast.
Well, you can
A
use
spell.
your bonus action to convert your points into a spell slot. You just can't actually cast a spell.
Yes, you can.
'Cause that
Or
would-
yeah,
I
you
can.
can.
I have twin spell. So I actually can
Cool.
use 2 sorcery points to cast another spell. It doesn't have to be a cantrip, but if it's a cantrip, it only costs 1 sorcery point. So I can do that.
Also, when you use Blight, can you roll a d20 for me?
we keep forgetting.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
It's for me. It's like I should have been doing it the whole game, and it kind
It's
of
an
fits into
11.
Theron's.
It's 11.
Okay, you're good.
I'm trying to decide if I want to use. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and use my sorcery. 2 sorcery points and just cast another spell here.
Okay, can someone double team or triple team this with me? Is it when it comes to spell casting? I want to look into the ruling for that because like.
I can read it to you if you want.
No, I believe the sorcerer stuff, but I think like what Jeff was saying about like
The rules of general spellcasting is that you can only cast 2 spells in the same turn if one of them is a cantrip. It doesn't matter if the spell is a bonus action or if the cantrip is a bonus action, because on your turn you get an action and a bonus action. It's just that one of those spells has to be a cantrip.
So would
So
that
e-
mean that I
so
can
even-
actually
Because I've run
cast
into
3?
this. Well, but I've run into this because even as a sorcerer, you can't cast a 5th level spell and then use, I forget which meta magic it is. It twin spell that allows you to cast
it's quick
an
spell.
action spell as
Quick
a bonus.
spell.
Yeah, it's quicken. So you can't cast a 5th level spell and use quicken spell to cast a 3rd level spell because it's too high a spell level. Like one of them, but you can use Quicken Spell to cast a cantrip that typically takes an action to cast. You can just do it as a bonus action.
Okay, so spellcast with
the
bonus
conflict.
action
Whenever
is
you cast
especially
spells,
swift.
You can only cast one
You
spell.
must use a
and
bonus
cantrip.
action on your turn to
My
cast
God,
the spell,
you're both talking at the same
provided
time.
that
Sorry.
you haven't already taken a bonus action this turn. You can't cast another spell during the same turn except for a cantrip with a casting time of 1 action. So, yes, he's correct.
Because I used to do that all the time, where I'd be like, I would cast like a fifth, like I was playing a sorcerer who also had cleric spells, and I'd be like, all right, I cast Dimension Door, and then I use my bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon, and then the DM would finally call me on it and be like, actually, you can't do that because Spiritual Weapon's a 2nd level spell. Like it's a bonus action, but it's still a 2nd level spell.
Okay, so here's the thing. So here's why I'm here's the workaround to it, because I knew there was something weird about it.
I'm all for you letting us cast no matter how
No.
high level
So
we wanna cast.
no, because here's the thing. Because this is like for the rules. So like, my issue is it says, hold on. Okay, so that only applies to bonus actions. So here's where things get weird. This is where I was like, I know there's a way around it because I knew there's a way to do it. And the only reason I'm justifying this, and we'll do it tonight, and again, I'll do my homework right after this session. I'm going to do my homework. But I'm justifying it because the Quicken spell states that if you can use your bonus action to cast a spell with 2 whatchamacallits, but
2 sorcery
two
points.
sorcery points. Oh wait, when you cast a spell that casts a time of 1 action, you can spend 2 sorcery points to casting time to 1 bonus action of the casting. Never mind. Ignore what I was about to say about the Quicken spell. I thought it did something different. Anyways, so the way it works is,
This will be a great post-show discussion, you guys.
for real. So, bonus action. When you're casting a spell as a bonus action, you can't cast another spell the same turn. Never mind. I just read it again. No, Jeff is 100% correct. You must use a bonus action on your turn to cast the spell, provided you haven't already taken a bonus action this turn. You can't cast another spell during the same turn, except for a cantrip. Okay, no, Jeff is 100% right. So if you're going to cast 2 spells a turn,
One of them has to be
a cantrip.
Yeah. So it could be action spell, bonus action cantrip, or it could be
bonus
action spell and action cantrip.
Action cantrip. So you can, if you use your sorcery points right now, you got to use them for a cantrip.
Okay.
Sorry about that, but I'm glad that's there. I'm glad you knew that, and I'm glad I'm not trying to question you, Jeff. I was just like, I could have swore I heard something different.
No, dude,
but...
I only bring it up because there are many things that I have done as a player that I'm like, oh, this is great. D&D is so awesome. But then another DM will be like, well, actually, on page 144, and I'm like, oh, you're right. That's a good point.
D&D is not as awesome.
It's still great, just not as.
Not
great.
as. With that being said, Theron, do you want to do a bonus action?
Is this thing still grappling me?
Yes. It's not bloodied yet either. But you did
Fine.
hurt it really bad.
I will use bonus action and cast the cantrip Shocking Grasp.
Woo!
So I'll use one. Wait, is it 1 sorcery point or 2?
2.
Where does it? 2. Okay. There's a lot to keep track of.
Oh, it is.
Where did I write this? Okay. Alright, so I'll have
Welcome to my world.
10 sorcery points left. Okay.
So you're going to be doing 3d8.
Let's do it at...
Well, no, it's a cantrip. So because you're level 11, you're going to be
Oh.
doing 3d8.
Oh, okay. Never mind. So it just automatically hits, so I just do 1.
Mm-mm.
3d8.
You roll to see if you hit.
Oh, okay. Roll to see if I hit. I do. Let's see. 13, I think, if I added all of that correctly.
All right. As one hand decays the thighs, you shock in and start paralyzing the other thigh, doing 13 points of damage and bloodying.
Not 13 points of damage. You wanted me to roll to see if I hit, right?
Oh, that was a 13. That was a hit. Yes, sorry.
So now I roll for damage, right?
Now you roll for damage.
Yeah.
I jumped the gun there.
Well, don't do that.
Silly me. Guns can't jump.
16 points of damage.
16, even more than what I originally thought. And it is bloodied. As now we'll pass to Woad.
Okay. Probably just gonna same.
Swing as you.
Yes. Oh shit.
Swing, swing from the tangled side of my heart.
Yeah. First one is the. Has been 3. 13. Fuck! I rolled 2 3s.
Whoops.
Oh no! As you sword just flings through the air and misses.
I'm just gonna make my way to on the other side of this same. I just want to be on the other side of this vampire. Yeah.
Got you.
All right. Cool. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Oh.
He said, "Oh." All right. So this other vampire is gonna make attacks on you, Theron, as with disadvantage because again you are in the way, and it does not want to be interrupted while feeding. And again, I'm on the warpath to kill you guys as I rolled a crit, but disadvantage saved you. As, a 7 and a 10 will miss your 25s. This one, the one that has you grappled, is going to take a swing at you.
Okay.
Doing 2 swings. And I do crit you this time.
Duh.
The other one misses as she is holding you with a tight grip with one hand, and her claws dig in. As her claws dig in to start profusing blood on you, she just whacks you across the chest as your light armor just kind of explodes a little bit. She goes in for a bite, and you pull away, but you can't get that far. She tugs you back in with her steel grip, and she's going to deal 6, 8, 14 points of damage to you. This one's off the map. Gone. Trevor, make a death saving throw.
If you say so.
Better not die, Trevor.
That's a 14. So
All
that's
right.
a success.
That's a success. You have 1 success and 1 failure so far.
All right, I will also wait 10 more minutes.
This vampire goes and is going to swing at you, Woad, and I believe misses both of them. At which point, she's just going to like run out for a second. You can make an attack of opportunity. I believe he's gone or muted himself to the point where he can't say anything. 15. That's a hit.
Nice. Ooh, 8 points of damage.
Alright. You do 8 points of damage. As she takes off that way. Go for it. Wait. Actually, I say go for it. This person's gone. This person's gone. This person's gone. Theron, it's your turn again.
Alright. Let's see. I'm going to cast polymorph on the one grappling me.
Okay.
So they have to make a wisdom saving throw.
They sure do, and they will... Oh, they fail. Just
Yeah.
barely. I think
Turn them into a mosquito.
Yeah, I have a wisdom. Oh, no, never mind. They do save. They save.
Aw.
I have a +3 on my saves.
No. Stupid.
So you attempt to polymorph the vampire. I don't know if you were trying... I don't know if you were trying to stay on theme by turning it into a mosquito.
Yes.
But then the vampire looks like it's contorting and twisting, and then you see as she just lets out a wail of just "Arr!" and it breaks through the spell. You still have your bonus action and your movement. Well, you don't have movement. I lied, but you do have.
Oh, I get it, because we
can't
don't
move.
suck blood.
Oh, now you get it. You're not awake. Shut up.
I don't technically, I don't get anything because I'm dying.
Is it an action to try and break out of the grapple?
It is. It's an action.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. I'm not gonna do anything else. I'm waiting.
Okay. Woad, your turn. This vampire is
Can I make it
currently.
down?
I'm just gonna put it right here.
Uh-huh. They're currently what?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Did it look like they were just running away, or?
In a sense, yeah.
Okay, ambiguous. I'm gonna run down to my allies next to Theron. I can make it there. In my
More of a
distance, right?
tactical retreat than like a runaway.
Yeah. Okay. Can I make it down to Theron?
You sure can.
Am I 30? Okay.
Right there.
Just because I can't read. There's two, one to my left and one in front of me, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Which one? Is the left one the bloodied one?
Correct. You know what? I'm gonna change my bloody symbol to half a heart.
Shit. I can't. I couldn't have landed. Because I don't know if that's part of the house or not. I couldn't have landed for advantage on that one. That's on Theron.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool. I didn't know if I could have.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Swing. Yes. Okay. Second hit. Ugh. A nat 20 and a 9. A nat 20 and a 9 plus 10, so 19.
Okay, so they both hit.
Yeah, buddy. Okay, so this is for my nat 20. Oh, fuck me. 5. And then. So with nat 20s now, the
Okay.
elemental effect is also getting the max die?
Correct.
Okay. So the first damage is gonna be 15.
Okay.
15 total. That's with the all the stuff.
Okay.
And then the second hit's gonna be 6.
6.
Yeah.
With elemental?
Yeah, I rolled a
Okay. Oh, I trust you. I was just like, man, that's.
Yeah, that's a D6 plus one. It's a D6 plus 1d4.
Oh, okay. That makes
Oh
sense.
wait, have I been adding?
Have you been adding your dex modifier, or I guess with a short sword,
Nope.
it's a strength modifier?
I haven't been adding shit. I've just been doing straight rolls with. Short sword is a finesse.
You son of a. Alright,
It doesn't matter. For this one, just give it plus 5, so 10.
so
matter.
your strength is a 5?
No, short sword is a finesse weapon.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yep.
So then another 10.
Yep, another 10.
Cool.
I haven't been doing that. I forgot.
You run up to this one, you jump off the roof, and you stab through, right through the chest, barely missing the heart. Electricity zaps through him, and she's out of the fight. She doesn't care to stay here and fight anymore. She's not unconscious or anything, but she is done. Alright, this one, hell-bent on its task ahead of itself, is going to make 2 attacks at Theron. But now seeing it's surrounded, you can see as it's becoming a little more cautious. Misses both its attacks on Theron and is going to run away. Theron, you can make an attack of opportunity if you want to smack it with the staff. Or punch
yeah, I'll
him.
do that. I'll smack him with the staff.
Alright.
Like a baseball bat.
So, yeah, go ahead and roll to see if you hit. I think with a staff, it's plus your strength. 15, that's a hit.
No, 17.
That's a hit.
And it's bludgeoning, but what is it?
A
Like
quarter
one-
staff does 1d6, but it's versatile,
1d6.
so you can actually wield it with 2 hands.
Yeah, because I hit him. I wanted to hit him like a baseball bat.
Yeah,
Like using a
so
baseball
it'll
bat.
be a 1d8 plus your strength, which
Which is 0.
0. So 1d8.
Okay, I will roll the 1. 2.
2, you gonk him right on the head as he's running away. He's gonk. Oh, takes off running. This one's gonna do the same thing as it takes off running. You both. Oh, I guess Theron can't anymore. But Woad, you can make a attack of opportunity.
Oh no, it didn't hit. It missed.
Okay. This one gets away. Trevor, could you make a death saving throw?
That's fine.
Psych.
Fucking gotcha, bitch.
That's a 22,
That's another save.
so that saves.
Woad. Actually, let
Yeah.
me see. Let me see what happens. Plus 6. Okay. Wow. So you can hear as this vampire down here that ran away before is trying to stealth, but is breathing way too heavily as it's like around the corner.
Okay.
So you guys know it's there, and it attempted to stealth, but nothing came of it. Theron, it's your turn.
Can you help him? Or would you prefer me to?
So wait, is Trevor up or is he still unconscious?
Trevor's still unconscious.
Oh,
Oh yeah, okay. I got it. It's fine. He's always running to try and get eaten by vampires, apparently. I will feed him a greater healing potion.
Okay. Yep. Kind of
Ooh.
I am running really low on
Put his
potions, by the way.
health on him. You can do a medicine check if you want to just put him at like 1 HP.
Or you
No,
can
it's-
search my.
No, it's fine. I'll just use my 1 greater healing potion.
Okay.
I'll use I have another one.
That's cool.
I used to have a ton. and now I'm ready.
All right, so you can you kind of you take him in your arms and you kind of doctor in a potion. Trevor, you are back up
So it's 20,
to
right?
your health, and with that, we're gonna take a break. 10-minute break.
Oi, this is Jeff. I used to play Duncan, but now I mostly play Trevor. I hope you're enjoying Dragons and Friends. We'll be right back.
So you get back up, Trevor, and music is correct. You get back up, and the vampire that was once lurking in the shadows looks like does not want to engage in combat, and so backs off. So you guys are out of combat. Combat is now over.
I have a question,
Uh-huh.
guys.
Oh, sorry.
I'm talking to Woden and Trevor. Weren't we supposed to actually like kill them?
Well, what's
You want to start with the one on that side of the building? I have like 15 seconds left of this spell. I need a yes or no now. So
Wait, what?
whether
So we're going back into combat. Trevor just woke up.
okay, then we need to run now because I no longer have any magic to assist me with attacking these creatures.
So you're saying we need to come back?
Or investigate. I am unsure. Well,
I mean,
we were supposed.
personally speaking, I would like to go ahead and retire to somewhere where I can rest up. I'm really not feeling so hot, you guys.
All right.
A fair assessment. Why don't we ask your vampire friends to help us with this, considering this might be their mess?
Exactly. Let's ask our vampire friends how to dispatch of fellow vampires. That's the great plan. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm not dying anymore. It's okay. I'm just gonna...
Let's make our way back to the mansion first, and find a way to maybe get back to them, back to your friends, and have them assist us.
Well, I don't think. Okay, well let's just go and then we'll discuss it.
All right. So you guys head out of the town, or the southern part.
Did we kill any of them?
No.
One.
Nope.
I don't think we
You
did.
didn't kill a single one.
Great.
That might be good. Who knows?
Considering it was our mission, probably not.
Yeah, considering there's a vampire that gave us that mission, it's probably not good.
Oh man. But we do need assistance. Do neither one of you have any allies that are able to deal with this?
So as you guys leave, again, the town is super quiet. You guys just you leave this area that you were just at, only to come back to like a more populated area, and the people just seem depressed, full of melancholy, and not at all reacting to anything that's going on in this part.
They're all vampires.
Oh, man.
All of them.
What are you talking about?
I think this whole area's turned into vampires.
Oh, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Could
Bad.
you have your friends confirm that?
Who friends? What are you talking about?
Well, we're trying to kill these vampires, but there's ones that seem to care about you all, and one gave me a gun.
Farron, hey Farron, I'm really glad that you brought me back to life. Did you use the 2 health potions that I have on me? Cause maybe I owe you one.
I didn't, but it's fine. You need to keep some on you in case I fall.
I guess that's true.
But I might not now because I'm really, really strong now.
Hey,
You
But
still seem small.
I will slap that bird face off your slap your bird face
You can
off your
try.
face.
Slap your bird face up your real face.
So where you guys head
Um,
to?
Actually, maybe we should. I guess we could go talk to Adeline. Actually, maybe you should talk to Adeline, Trevor.
Maybe I should talk to Adeline.
Yeah.
Why me?
Because you know her?
You're much likable.
Wait, but I mean, you're the one that knows her best. You're like her girlfriend and stuff, or like she's like
What?
your girlfriend and stuff.
I'm not
But
the
you are
girlfriend. No,
you are much
she's
more-
not.
You are much more approachable and easy to talk to.
Yeah, you guys are like you had a because of the
I
time
meant you,
loop.
Trevor. I meant you, Trevor.
No, whoa, shush for a second. I'm very sorry because I realized now. I was like, well, yeah, you guys were like dating and all that time, but that time didn't happen because of the time loop. So now she's just a girl and you're just a boy, and you're both standing in front of each other, waiting for one of each other to tell each other that they love each other.
No.
I was quoting this lore I read called Notting Hill. It's real romantic.
If their experience never happened, then wouldn't it only be one-sided at the moment?
It's not one-sided.
Well,
I already.
Congratulations.
I've already spoke to her, and it's awkward. So that's why I'm asking you to go speak to her. I'll go
Well,
with you.
Well, what? I mean, what could I possibly pull out of her that you could not?
I mean, just ask her how we're supposed to kill these vampires.
Okay. I mean, I guess if that's what you think is best, you're definitely the brains of this operation. That's for sure.
If you think all of these people here are vampires, maybe speaking to her about that would also be a good idea. The problem
Yeah.
seems much larger than she may have-
Maybe mention to her what Birdface said.
My
Yeah.
name is Woad.
That's something that's kind of weird to me. Is that like she's a vampire, Darvon's a vampire, and like they're all vampires. What makes vampires spawn so bad? Like that's like part of your species. You would think that it's like, oh, they're part of the family. They're also vampires, but maybe they're a little bit different. We should find that out.
Well, I think we did find that out on Time Loop, before the Time Loop, right? I think they're like vampires that weren't turned all the way, and they're feral.
Irresponsible.
Yeah, well, it wasn't by them; it was by
Yeah,
hunters.
Actually, you're very right. We should go to Adeline because also, and I'm telling you, I'm really not feeling so hot. There's something definitely wrong with me. Like I'm telling you, I got a feeling. Even if you gave me like a bunch of healing, there's like a tumor growing inside of me, or there's
tumor?
it's like there's something extra. I'm telling you, there's something extra going on with me that, like, even if you were to heal me up, I don't think it would really cut the cake.
If this is
It's a
related
big-
to the vampires, it may best to go to them and to possibly answer your questions of why they believe these vampires need to be eradicated. These seem like not much more than
You cut out.
It's like
Yeah, we should go talk to Adeline.
there's a glitch in his synapses.
Synaptic static. We should go talk to Adeline.
All right, let's go.
All right,
Will you carry? Will you carry me?
Again?
Yes, please. I just feel very wholesome when I'm in your arms.
Ugh. Okay.
Thanks, buddy. And then I just jump up, expecting him to catch me.
I catch him, I guess.
Yeah, you do. I pet your cheek.
Ugh.
Where do you guys go
Children.
to find Adeline?
Can we go rent a... Well, we were gonna go back to the manor. But I guess we'll rent a little buggy like I did last time.
You're
We're
gonna go
kinda
back
far
to
away, right?
Darvan's?
Can you guys hear me again?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah,
that was-
we're gonna
oh,
go-
That's weird.
To Darvan. That's where she
But-
was. That's where I went. So why would
Just-
I think she's anywhere different?
Just to summarize what Wood was saying was the ones we were fighting seem much more like beasts rather than beings, so they might not consider them their kin.
We already talked about that. We know.
Well, I got disconnected. That's what
They are
We got
Technically-
disconnected. What is it because that you're a robot and your circuits came loose?
Possibly.
I'm just kidding.
they're spawns that didn't get turned all the way. So they're feral. And they do not want them around because you're not supposed to make feral vampire.
And so we put them down, but it seems there are many of them, so their help may be appreciated.
And we didn't kill any of them.
No.
They're dealing with their own stuff. I don't think they can help. Let's just go. Come on, let's go to Dalvan's.
So you head over to Darvan's, as it is now getting close to midnight. The lights are all on in the house, in the manor. You go up to the door and you knock on it. The door opens. The old housemaid is there, staring at you.
Good God.
Fuck. Just
Trevor
walk in,
really
she's
wanted. Trevor really wanted to see you, Brunhild. He missed you so much.
My apologies for screaming, my lady. You're just very terrifying in the face region.
Brunhild just stares at you guys. No response.
Is Adeline available?
She looks at you directly, Theron, and she stares at you for maybe 5 seconds, but those 5 seconds are all too long for a response. And then she just shakes her head ever so slightly.
I see. What about Darvan?
She just steps aside to let you in.
Okay. So I walk in with Trevor in my arms, I guess.
I'm just behind them. I'll tip my hat. Hello.
As you walk in, Wode, she closes the door behind you, and then she begins walking towards the stairs.
I follow her.
Alright. You follow her. She walks ever so creepily. As she rounds the corner, you guys round the corner, and yet somehow she ended up another, almost 15 feet ahead of you guys.
These vampires are creepy.
Brunhild's not a vampire.
Oh, she's not?
No, she's a
What is she?
familiar.
Oh, she's a familiar.
She's
Still.
a creepy old hag
Still
is what
creepy.
she is.
I think she likes you, Trevor.
She's straight up just a human. She's straight up just...
That was Jeff, not Trevor.
Oh. I still say that to Trevor.
So she's 15 feet ahead of you guys, and then as you guys round that corner, she starts rounding another corner. You guys quickly hurry up to catch up, and as you round the second corner, you see she's already midway past the hallway at the door.
Oh, can you slow down just a bit?
She gives you the same scowling look that she always gives. She then opens the door, puts it ajar, and then turns and walks away.
Do I know this room, or is it unfamiliar? I don't remember.
You're not familiar with this room, but she did leave it open for
Okay.
you.
Okay. I'm gonna, peek in.
You peek in. Darvan is sitting next to a fireplace in a very large armchair reading a book. Without even looking up from the book, he says, You are more than welcome to come in.
Thank you. Sorry to disturb your reading. And Theron walks in the room.
He turns the page, and then almost as if he's memorizing the page number, closes the book and sets it on the nightstand next to him. There is kind of like a love seat, another chair set up next to him by the fireplace. His chair is a lot closer to the fire than the other chairs that seem to be set up in a more formal setting. He stands up and puts one hand behind his back and gestures towards the other chairs. He goes, "Welcome, welcome. Please take a seat." As he greets you and says, "Would there be a drink that I can offer?"
I'll take anything that has anti-dying properties. Would be pretty sweet right now.
Darvon looks at you, but not with a questioning look, as he is kind of getting a little used to your antics at this point. He then says, looks over at his kind of like his small little like tray of just alcohol, and then looks back at you. "I will ask one of the servants to bring in something."
That would be super sweet, dude. Thank you. Thank you, kind sir.
Wode's gonna take a seat and just, "I require no sustenance."
He gives a nod towards Wode. "What do I have the pleasure of your acquaintance at this time?"
Well, we were coming to talk to Adeline, but I guess she's not here or otherwise occupied.
Yes, she has been wandering outside of the manor from night to night, even venturing out during sunlight, something I have advised her greatly not to do.
Well, she asked us to take care of some of the stray vampires. The vampire spawn.
Yeah.
In the south of the city.
Yes,
Southern
the southern
area.
ward seems to be plagued with those creatures. As he's now turned, he has his arm on top of the marble, like, shelving above the fireplace as he's just looking down into the fire.
And, well, we're having a very hard time with that. And we were wondering if you could give us any advice or help or just anything you might find useful.
What issues are you having?
Well,
you
first
were
of
able
all,
to take
there's-
out a vampire lord. I'm surprised you're having such issues with spawnlings.
well, it's kind of like they're swarming us, and that was just one guy. And I did go unconscious at least twice fighting Vantis, but
Also, there were only never mind.
What?
Well, I was gonna say there were only 3 of us when we fought Vantis, but there's also only 3 of us when we fought these guys. But it's because we had a 4th guy, but really he became our 3rd guy because our original 3rd guy wasn't there this time. I'm really messed up, Darvon. I don't know what happened. A bunch of those things, they clamped onto me with their mouths, and my entire insides just don't feel right, man. I know that you are a vampire yourself, sir, but do you know of like any sort of anti-mutagens that might help a person who is not vampiric in nature against the biting of those types of creatures that are vampiric in nature?
You are more likely to receive an affection from those things, if that's what you are worried about. Unlike it, to receive a gift from us, we would first have to kill you and give you some of our blood.
I really want to die again.
Wait a minute. Are you saying the only way to cure him is to turn him into a vampire?
I'm saying he is not suffering from vampirism. As he turns around, at which point his gaze goes towards the door as a servant of sorts comes in with a tray of cheese, some meats, and what looks to be milk, as they put the tray on the coffee table in front of you, Trevor.
Oh, great. I'll just eat a nice slice of brie, and all of my worries will go away.
We can
It's
take
healing.
you to a temple.
And I chomp into it. I don't even care if it's actually brie.
It's healing cheese, Trevor. It's curing. It cures vampires.
I mockingly like slop my hand down, and I just take like a handful of one of the cheeses and
I'm sorry for his rudeness. He's feeling not great. Like I said, we've been trying to take care of them, and we don't know exactly why we're not able to kill them.
They seem to have possibly swarmed the city. There are many, many of them, and so they retreat. We fight them.
Wait. You said you were bitten by these creatures. How many times?
a fucking lot, dude. I don't know, like 3 times, 4 times, 8 times. How do you keep track when a bunch of vampires spawns, swarm you all at once, and they're all biting at you and eventually go down? Do you think I'm taking a tally when I'm in the midst of battle?
Do you want to check him for vampire bites?
I think I've been mistaken. And when I say I've been mistaken, Mario the DM was mistaken, not Darvon was the mistaken. You are in danger of having a transformation.
I'm sorry, what?
You will become just like them. Ravenish, feral, and because you have not drinking blood from a true vampire, you will be stuck in that feral state.
Okay, that's awesome news. How do we stop that? No offense. Obviously, you know, like, be you, bro. I just don't really want to be a vampire, so how do we make it so that I am not turning into a vampire anymore?
I hear somebody rolling dice, and I fear that it's Mario, but...
Oh no, I'm just playing with mine, sorry.
Okay, I thought Mario was rolling saves, like, in the background. I was like, damn, dude, you rolled like 47 times.
You've contracted.
Mr. Darvon, how do we remedy this?
He looks at you and actually walks around the coffee table and gets down to one knee. Hold out your hand, child.
Oh, you're like being all serious and ritualistic and stuff, man.
Just do it.
And I hold my hand out, but I like squint my eyes and I turn my head away like a person who's afraid of getting a shot is about to get their blood drained. I'm just like, okay.
He holds out your hand and he clasps it. You can feel the cold touch of his skin. His head turns over to the side. As you can see, he's almost withering. Your veins, you can feel as your blood starts pumping. You can't help but almost feel feverish. And then everyone else can see that is the veins on his
What are you doing?
forearm look like they're turning, like they're getting larger and pulsating to the point where they're turning black, almost greenish, that you can see. And
What are you doing, Darvon?
Darvon's eyes open as he lets go of your hand. Yes.
So wait, that was Darvon's arm?
No, that was Trevor's arm.
Trevor's arm. Okay.
Darvon then stands. He grabs a rag and wipes his hands with it. You have contracted the disease. It is only a matter of time now.
How
So
is it
what-
cured?
Yeah, what do we do?
Give me a second. Because this whole time I thought to turn into a vampire, you had to die. It turns out vampire spawn is almost a fate worse than death.
Uh-oh.
It's probably the same thing of how you cure lycanthropy.
Can you guys hear me right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Darvon, I think you misunderstood me. I was well aware that I had contracted some sort of vampiric condition. What I'm asking you is, can we make that not so?
I elbow Trevor. Stop being rude.
No. What-
Stop being rude.
I'm
He's
in
trying to
danger.
help.
I'm in danger of becoming a vampire. You're telling me not to be rude? My
Yes.
entire life is about to change.
Darvon is trying to help you. Why are you being rude to him?
Well, I'm just saying semantically. I said, hey, I have a thing.
There is
How
no
do we stop
cure.
it? And then his solution to that
Did
was,
you
hey,
hear
I have a
him?
thing.
Did you hear him?
I'm ignoring, because, yes, maybe I did hear him. You don't know.
So, there's no cure? So what? He's just gonna become feral? A feral vampire?
At this point, yes, it is only a matter of time. There is one method.
Alright. What is it?
He could die.
Die?
Yes. You kill him. The body would then need to be truly resurrected. But are you familiar with anyone of that strength or caliber to be able to cast such a spell?
Ollie? I
Are
think
there
that
any temples with powerful casters here?
Not in this city.
we lost our druid who could resurrect people. And we lost Meliko who could resurrect people.
What you are looking into is
You can't do it, Darvon. Can you bring him back as a vampire? Like you?
I can. He would have to drink the blood.
Conversation with me first if I want to be brought back as a vampire.
Can you calm down,
Is there
please?
a way
We're
to cure someone
discussing.
of vampirism?
The only issue is that he was brought under the will of of a certain vampire spawn.
Trevor, we're just asking about options. I'm not trying
Well,
to
I'm
decide
just
for
saying-
you.
I understand. I'm just saying, maybe ask me if I want to pursue the possibility of becoming a vampire before asking a person who could turn me into a vampire if they could
in fact, turn me into a vampire?
Trevor,
Options.
A question.
Options.
a question, Trevor.
Uh,
Would you rather us
This is
kill
part
you
of the group
and
now.
drag? Would you rather us kill you, wait for you to transform and kill you and drag your body until we find someone, allow you to turn into a vampire under
There is the
governor,
possibility, if you could wish away the vampirism.
My wishing ring is gone. It's been gone. There were 3 wishes.
Do you
But-
know if your friend in the shop may have any abilities that allow him to?
No, he doesn't. He's just a silly wizard.
And so are
Um,
you.
I'm not a wizard. And I'm not
Ah.
silly,
Correct.
but bird face. Anyway,
Hey!
Trevor, our options are you become a vampire spawn, you become an actual vampire, or you die and get resurrected.
This is truly an interesting situation. In normal circumstances, you would have to be dead for this to affect you. I've never seen it affect a living before. When a vampire kills, if it has
Okay,
been
sorry.
bitten, then our will has been pressed against it. The corpse rises into a vampire spawn. I am confused as to how this happened to you. How many times have you been put unconscious by these vampires?
Oh, yeah, because I could totally keep count when I'm in the midst of people biting me and ripping my flesh away and spitting venom into my veins from their mouths. What are you talking about? How many times? I don't know. A fucking
Trevor.
handful?
Trevor,
And then this means you have kissed death on multiple times.
Well, yeah, I'm an adventurer. That's what we do.
The effects seem to be
stop
slow.
yelling.
Otherwise, it's okay, Theron. I understand his blight. From his point of view, his whole world is changing. And this is also a circumstance that should not be happening to him.
Darvan, if I could just put you on pause real quick. Theron,
What?
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry that I'm so upset, but you gotta understand, like
Look,
I was my own person for a long time. For 13 years, I was just me, myself. And then suddenly this whole thing with Duncan happened. And then suddenly it was me and him. And we, like, shared a body and shared a conscience. And it was this weird, like, back and forth thing. And, you know, like, obviously there were times where he and I didn't get along together, and I wanted him gone, and then there are some times where I felt bad that I wanted him gone because he was actually a good guy, and I enjoyed having him there. But then we got to this point, you know, when we started to get along really well, and he and I finally separated. And for a couple of days, god damn it, and I'm sorry for taking the deity's name in vain, but I started to really enjoy being my own thing. I was my own person again. And yeah, I still love Duncan. He's like a really good friend, but it was really great because he got to be his own person and I was my own person again. But now, suddenly I'm being approached with the idea that I'm gonna have to become a vampire? Like, I finally got a chance to be what I wanted to be again. Who I could decide who I wanted to be. And now there's another freaking circumstance where I don't get to control what I am. and it's just really frustrating, and it's scary because I don't know what's gonna happen to me. Maybe if I do turn into a vampire, I don't get to be Trevor again. And it's not that I don't get to be Trevor again, it's that I don't get to be Trevor again, because I'm so used to everybody else being Trevor except for Trevor.
And Trevor just like falls to he doesn't even go cross-legged. He just drops to his butt, and he's just like splayed out like on the ground, just like sobbing.
You were already sitting, I think, though. So does he fall
Well,
from the
now
couch
I'm
to
just
the
like
floor?
slumping.
Darvon
Um,
puts his hand on your shoulder. Do not fret. We do not know what will happen within these next couple of days. Remember, you have to be dead for this to take effect. For all we know, the effects were taking place because you were close to death. And now your body is in a state fighting it off.
I mean,
Vampires will.
You can still be Trevor and be a vampire. Like, it's not that different. I mean, it is.
I'm
but-
just saying that I didn't get to choose that path. It's something that happened to me, and it sucks. That
Well, you know, you're
I don't
learning
get to
that.
choose the things that happen to me.
Trevor, how
learning
many
that
people get
that's-
to choose what happens to them?
You're learning that
You are
that's part
young.
of life, and that's part of growing up. You don't get
There's
to
ways
choose
to
all the
fix
time.
it. You can fix
have-
the circumstances. We can assist you in that. But nobody gets to choose everything that happens to them. You have friends and allies that are attempting to help you. Understand that that is more than many can even begin to even claim they have. If this is affecting you that much, we can attempt to help you as best we can to make sure you don't become a feral vampire, and in the meantime search for other options to bring you back to your original being. But
Yes.
doing this it will not be easy, as many things are not.
Yes.
I crawl over to wherever Woad is. Like I crawl, and I just wrap my arms and legs around his calf, and I just squeeze and hug really tight, and I just start weeping.
You
into
are in a
his-
better predicament
I'm
than
gonna pick him
most.
up like a child and like hold him how you hold a baby.
Woad,
Okay, no, well,
Theron,
that's a little demeaning. Can you put me down so I can hug you some more?
Instead of putting him down, I would like. Again, I'm assuming the size difference between me and him is like when my niece was 2 or 3.
basically.
I will like put
No.
him on my chest and like hug him.
Don't
And
cradle me like an infant.
No,
Let
no,
me
no.
hug
I'm
you
not.
like a
I'm
child.
not no. I'm not cradling
Okay.
you, but I'm hugging you, but I'm making sure your head is on my, my shoulder kind of hug.
It's
Not
like
like a,
mutual hugging. Like you're not hugging
Yeah.
all of me. We're both hugging
Yeah.
half of each other. Okay.
Theron,
I'm like 7 foot something, dude. I have to double check. I'm huge.
give it a couple of days. Even though the presence of vampirism is strong with him, we can only raise the dead. We cannot raise the living. I think he will be fine. But if he does turn for unknown reasons, your only options are to have him drink the blood of a vampire. But be careful with whose blood he drinks. He will be subjected to their will till all of time. And as well, you may have to put him down.
I will not do that. If he becomes a vampire, are you willing to let him drink your blood, Darvon?
Darvon shakes his head. Children are forbidden. to becoming vampires.
So, if he does, then he's technically dead.
I will be giving him a mercy by not turning him.
What if he wants to be turned?
Darvon looks at Trevor. I'm sure there are many that want something, though you cannot always handle what you want.
Do you happen to have anything to help restrain him should he turn? I would not want him to get away.
Rope shall suffice, or if you can find yourself a pair of cuffs, those will do as well.
Are you guys seriously having this conversation while I'm here? like you're okay.
Trevor,
You're all just
if-
saying this.
Trevor, if you turned, would you rather be restrained and have us bring you here? Or would you rather go on a rampage and possibly attack your family? I will respect
I would rather not go on a rampage and attack my family, but if I happen to turn into a vampire, I guess I don't have any choice or say in the matter of what I do. So sure, tie me down before I'm a monster in order to keep me from acting like a monster.
We will only do it as you sleep.
No offense, sir. As I look up at Darvon.
Darvon just tilts
Darvon
his
is-
head as if,
Darvon
like,
is
he
not
understands.
Very well. And Woad will kind of stand up from his chair.
Is there any... As for the vampire spawns that you are having troubles with, why should I tell you the weaknesses of my people?
It's easier for you to tell us than for us to find out. We are helping you with this task. Is that not correct?
Woad,
Is that
Make
correct?
a persuasion check, Woad.
Exactly. Were we not supposed to dispatch of all the vampire spawn in all those territories?
Let me see what my persuasion is, because it's not great.
why didn't y'all
Come
let...
on.
Oh my god.
And
He
Woad
looks
is
over
asking us, like,
to you,
genuinely-
Trevor, and says,
Oh no, it's so bad.
this is... Oh, I'll wait till the...
Persuasion. Oh, okay, never mind. Let's see, roll 15.
15? He looks over to you, Trevor. You, the city saviors, have a knack for selflessly helping others. We do not need you, and when I refer to we, I mean my coven does not need you disposing of those vampire spawns. There are bounties out and about throughout the city to get rid of them. They are aware of the trouble that is placed on them. If you wish to save innocent lives, then so be it, but do not do so under false pretenses that I have asked you to.
They didn't ask us to, if you remember.
I wasn't with you, and you didn't tell me that. That's why I asked.
Yes,
that.
I did. I said it before we went
you were
there.
with Trevor.
Adeline.
We knew that it was somebody else.
Adeline.
We're just assuming that
I thought
the
you had
two
only
of them
told Trevor,
have-
not me.
I was telling both of you. You were there.
Ah,
No. This is and I'm saying this out loud.
In character? You guys having this argument in character?
Well, I'm trying to.
No,
Darvon's
we're
just kind of
I'm
like...
not.
Darvon's just like...
I think what Trevor would do in this moment is I just look at Theron, and I just go, and I wait for Theron to also look at me.
He doesn't look at you. He's looking at Darvon. Because he's trying to be respectful and nice, because Darvon has helped us so far, and y'all are just yelling at him.
I have not once yelled at him.
I just.
You say
I
this
just
out
kind of,
loud,
like,
Wode?
Huh? Oh no, I'm just.
You
It's
say
anything,
this-
anything we've been saying out loud, like you're saying, I yelled at him.
Hey,
This
I
is-
mean,
this is-
I'm
a lot of
gonna
this
start
is
making it.
internal
I'm gonna start
monologue.
making it say in character.
No, I haven't. I'm just kind of looking.
All right.
Like I said, I'm looking to see if we're ready to go or.
Trevor just shakes his head, and he's not going to say anything. He's got a lot of issues going on with some people in this room right now, but he ain't saying nothing until we walk out of this room.
Okay.
I'm
Darvon,
gonna reach down,
not
feel for
ready
your
to
shoulder
give
here.
out.
Uh,
I believe you have all. I've been able to handle vampires just fine up until now. I think the issue of taking down the vampires is not, but the tactics at which you are going about it. Yes, before you had to deal with one powerful vampire. However, when there are a swarm of small ones, it can be a handful. These are feral beasts. Treat them as such. Use their ferocity to your advantage. That's all he tells you, but he doesn't give you any weaknesses of vampires.
Okay. The Ward will just reach down and see if Trevor wants to hop on his shoulder, considering he's like practically dying.
No. Wode. You can set me down. I'm okay to walk on my own. And then I glare at Theron, as it seems I am on my own. And then but obviously I wait for Wode to set me on the ground before I actually start walking.
I'll set him on the ground. Very well. Let
And
me
then
know
I
if
just
it's
walk
what you
out of Darvon's abode.
All right.
Theron rolls his
want.
eyes.
I'm going to follow just because I am uncomfortable with someone who might turn into a thrall just walking. So I'm just gonna, Trevor, maybe we should not get. And then as I'm running, just turn around, take my hat off, like, and lift it a little bit, just be like, "Thank you for, thank you for everything, Darvon." And I just like run after him, Trevor.
Before you walk out, Theron, Darvon grabs
I
you by...
don't walk out,
Okay.
but go ahead.
What are you going to do?
I just wanted to talk to him alone.
Go for it.
Do you mind if I stay behind for a moment?
I do not mind at all. As he walks over to almost like a dresser that has some drinks on it, he pours out this really dark liquid in one cup, and then he goes over, picks it up, and then walks over to you and hands it to you. It smells of wine.
Okay. I will take it and sip it.
This is probably... Now, you grew up... Where you grew up, based on your background, you've had some pretty fancy wine. And, you know, you're... What's it called? You're what's your... I want to say tablet.
What?
What's it...
Palate?
Your palate, thank you. Your palate is accustomed to good wine, but this is something entirely different. Like, this is something that is like, it makes elven wine. It's so alien from elven wine, but it tastes so good. You've never had something of the likes of it.
Okay. Well, his eyebrows kind of raise at the taste, but he doesn't say anything.
Darvon goes back to sitting. He slightly adjusts his book that's on the nightstand. He looks at the
Can
fire
I see
for a
what
second.
he's reading?
Yeah. It's a history book. So sorry, just the way that came out.
It's a
It's a history
You know.
book. No, okay, it's a history book of
the Kama Sutra.
Didn't say what kind of history.
of dragons.
Make a
So
dexterity
it's
saving.
talking about historical dragon battles, historical dragon fights, tactics. So essentially, it's a history of dragon battles back when there were dragon riders and dragons were more common.
Okay. Thank you for the beverage. I just sorry about them. You know, the Trevor's in panicky mode, and I don't understand the robot thing. But is there any reassurance you can give me that he won't turn into a vampire?
Darvon looks away from you and looks into the flames. I felt the presence. We have a natural affinity to necromancers, vampires do. Our fangs do not secrete venom, but we enforce our will upon beings, almost as if part of our soul is attached to theirs. Think of it as a demonic pact. As the flames, the shadows of the flames darken his face and dance across it. Like I said.
So, if we kill the ones that bit him, will he feel better?
He shakes his head and it kind of dips down to the floor. No. As he looks back up at you. He would only be free from the will of that vampire.
See.
I felt the presence of the will. Of the life force of something else enacting upon it. Though I do not believe he will change. We cannot turn the living. We may entice them, influence them, charm them to our liking, but we cannot command them or control them.
Well.
Theron,
Mm-hmm.
it is important for you to understand this. You cannot turn him into a vampire. Do not give him this life, for he will remain a child. An outburst like that of which we just saw will continue to happen for eons to come. He will be uncontrollable.
But if he's part of your coven, then you're really good at controlling most of your vampires.
Well, the extent does not go that far. Yes, he may listen to me, and he may follow my command, and I can give an atmosphere above him and around him, but I cannot control all his actions. He will have an innate love for me as if I was his father. But just like blood relatives, that loyalty can be flexible. I will not be able to stop. As much as I could command it, I would not be able to stop him from killing those off of the streets, from acting on the feelings and emotions that vampires tack on. I don't know if you were told this in the time that you have come from, but vampires are not like mortals. Ironically enough, our feelings, our emotions, everything, including our senses, are intensified. We don't just feel. We do more. And to put that in a child, for I've seen grown warriors, kings of great wisdom, and priests of fortified will fall to the desires that comes with being a vampire.
So, you think that death for a child is better than being a vampire?
Yes. It would be a mercy to kill him.
Well, I'm not going to do that. So, I suppose if I will have to find another way.
He nods. I would be more than happy to be of resource to you, if that to be the case. Consider my information and knowledge at your disposal, if need be. If he is to be cured, he would need to be able to make a wish. That is the only time I've seen it happen. Or if you could find him a new body to reside in.
Oh my god. A wish? Where exactly do I get a wish from?
Powerful mages could do such things, but they don't like to go around handing out wishes.
Alright. Well,
I say give it 3 days. If by the second day he is feeling back to normal, I'd say you're safe. If by the second day he is feeling worse, I would prepare.
alright. And I didn't mean to come here saying that you wanted us to kill the vampire spawns. We were doing it as a favor to Adeline, even though there was bounties placed.
She wishes to do as much good as possible before she passes.
Right.
How strange of her.
Well, when you don't have much time left, suppose you want to leave something behind.
Darvon kind of stays quiet. I've grown to enjoy your company, Theron. I don't know. My cat jumped on my table and I guess it just like jolted my mic, which disconnected it somehow. Okay, so I'm 3:04. I need to edit that time slot. Okay.
Funny.
So
Oh, Louie.
yeah. He's sitting right here. Again, for those of you who don't know, this is my cat's favorite spot.
Hi,
And
Louie.
For those of you who have a cat, you're probably well aware of how much they love keyboards.
I think they just like to be where you are.
They like to disturb what you're doing. That's what they like to do.
Mine are not allowed on my desk.
So,
I make them get out.
um,
Oh, but he's so cute.
what was I saying? It was, oh yeah, I've begun to enjoy your company.
And you didn't hear what Theron said?
I did not.
He said, oh, I enjoy yours as well. You are very reasonable and easy to speak to.
I believe you are the first friend I've made that is immortal.
Oh, well, it's first time for everything, I guess.
Yes, I suppose so. And you can choose to stay there, and you and Darvon can continue to discuss and speak of things. If you do, he will talk to you. You will talk to him. He will talk to you about his past time recently of things that have occurred, and his, how he decided to go up into politician and stuff like that.
Can I, and we don't have to roleplay this, but can I ask about, like, Adeline and the trial and all that mess?
Oh, yeah, we would have to roleplay that. And
we would have to?
Yeah, you would have to make rolls.
Montage.
That's,
Well, move on to the dudes.
I mean, I guess we don't have to. I guess I would just like to, but...
Okay, well, we can.
I mean, we can montage that, but that I feel like that's just important information. Because you're asking about vampire society, and he keeps that kind of stuff close to his chest, so...
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe pass turn for now.
Yeah, that's fine. So Trevor and Woad, you guys are walking out. As you guys are walking out, you kind of hear as, like, Woad, you hear with your amazing perception, passive perception, you hear Theron kind of just be like, is it okay if I stay behind a little bit to Darvon? As Darvon says yes. You hear that as you're like right around the corner trying to catch up to Trevor. Then you catch up to Trevor and you guys exit the manor. If you continue on the path that you're going.
Okay, as we're exiting, I'll just tell Trevor, we should wait for Theron.
Sure. I mean, I suppose so.
We can't afford to have anything lost. Again.
Hey, Woad,
Yes?
quick question for you. That sunblade that I gave you, since you're not really, using it all that much, can I have it back?
Sure. And I'll, give it back to
Awesome. Thanks, man. I'll be sure to make really great use of this in the next battle that we're sure to have.
Good luck.
Thank you.
But I'll tell him I'll just... So I guess as we're waiting, I'm just gonna kind of squat down and just, make it easier to speak, waiting for Theron, and just... No, it's okay, I got it. But, as we're there, I would just say, part of growing up is going to be controlling your emotions. In a situation like that, you're justified to feel the way you do. But maybe we wait for the correct time and place to have an outburst. We're only doing this to help you. And so is he. And I'm gonna get in and whisper. Because he told us, no. Oh, he didn't tell us that children aren't, right?
Correct, yeah. He didn't tell you guys about the children thing. He told you children are forbidden to transform, so he's not gonna...
Children are forbidden to... Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna whisper to him and say, if you decide you do want to become a vampire, maybe we can ask your friend. Maybe they're more morally ambiguous in order to assist us. And I have done plenty of morally ambiguous things. I'm guessing he's still...
He's muted.
Yeah.
You're muted, Jeff.
Yeah, he had the hiccups, he said.
Oh.
To be alright, but Yeah, I'll just tell him. Ah, either way, forgive Theron. He simply wants to help you. Even if he doesn't know how to talk to me. He means the best. And that's all Ward will say as we just kind of...
Okay. So, Theron, you're still in the room with Darvon. Would you like to say anything?
Oh,
They're just
I
staring at each other.
thought, he's going to say, well, so how do we convince the council not to take Adeline's life?
Are you still planning on such a thing?
I am.
The council will deem punishment. And there's no other way around it.
There has to be another way around.
Alright, make a persuasion check.
Oh. Oh my god. What's with me rolling so many ones? Oh.
I've taken all the 20s.
Oh.
I've taken all of them for myself.
That's been like 4 ones tonight. That makes it a 9. Which is not good.
There is no other way. This is how we do things. This is tradition.
Why? But why? Like, why do you have... This is different time. This is a different place.
This is
Why do you
for
have to stick to
survival.
your tradition? What kind of survival? Who's surviving here? Not someone... Not Adeline.
If vampires did as they chose, if there is nothing to keep us in line, if there is no order in place, we would not be in this realm no more. We would be extinct. The mortals, as he gets up to look out the window now, they have sunlight. They can weaponize it against us. We may be stronger and faster than the average mortals. We may turn your own kind against you. But we are trapped. We are not only trapped by the grounds at which we must walk, we are also trapped by only having half the day to ourselves. And that can easily be taken advantage of. That has been easily taken advantage of. And there were those that thought like Vantis at one point. Few, if not none of them, remain.
So,
The vampire spawns. Even they must hide from the sunlight. Even you would have an advantage against such creatures if they swarmed you. If we did not have such harsh punishments to keep even the likes of me in place, then each vampire would have a mind of its own, would act ambitiously on of its own, and be killed off of its own volition. My mistake has opened the eyes of Waterdeep to vampires and have allowed them to know that they reside within this city. I've not only put myself at risk, I've put those of my own people at risk.
what was your mistake?
Not seeing Vantis for what he was.
So what would you have done with him if you had?
He would have been executed For if I'd learned of
Well,
his
he's
treacheries.
He's been executed. It's happened. He's dead.
But I was not able
So-
to stop what he had already been planning.
I mean, we did. We didn't trap all the vampires in a portal, and you weren't stuck there forever, and the city didn't get overrun by vampires, just a little part of the city.
Make a
Which-
persuasion check.
Come on. What is it? 24.
24. He's holding a glass, like a crystal, cup in his hand, and he it shatters in his hands as he. Things are neither okay or not okay, Theron. As he's now swiftly turns to face you. It is not a matter of fact of whether we stopped him entirely or not. Vampires are out there. People of Waterdeep are aware of vampires, and we will be hunted. That is what is now. That is what has happened, and it has happened because of Vantis, and I allowed and gave Vantis the power to do so. Someone has to pay the price, and it is
And
me.
is kind of leaned back against the whatever he's sitting in, the love seat, I guess.
Yeah.
And he's kind of a little
He
because he got real mad.
Vantis. Darvon sees you and he relaxes. Forgive me.
I understand your anger, but I'm trying to give you solutions that are otherwise. And I don't mind speaking to the council. I'm not scared of any of you.
You would put your own
I
life
mean-
at risk.
Of course. I mean, I do it all the time. I did it for Adeline,
And you would be
she
doing
did
it
for
again.
me.
For Adeline.
She did it for me. I think that's one of the only reasons I'm still here.
I can get you to meet with the council. But just know, my way of thinking is more laid back than the council's.
I wonder if everyone would feel better if you just if somehow the vampires made a pact with the city to protect it and be part of it rather than be hidden. Something.
Make a persuasion check.
$21.
Leaving our fate into the hands of mortals is not something I would be comfortable with. Even if we were to form a pact with them, such things, it would only take a handful of civilians to burn this manor down and everyone that resides within it.
But if the city council made some kind of deal with you, you'd be protected under city law, and then, no one would come and do that. There should be a way for you to live peacefully here.
Theron, your upbringing was not one in the city, was it? I am a politician. I've had to dirty my hands to get where I needed to be. Even under jurisdiction word, even under
Jurisdiction.
the jurisdiction of the city. A handful of gold could pay off any guard. Any politician can use this to put us in the light, to find the rest of us, to seek us out. You are asking for the few to put absolute and all trust into the many. I cannot do such a thing. There are too many variables to account for. Exposing ourselves has never worked in our favor.
Technically, you said that Vantis already exposed you.
Yes, and those vampire spawns make for a good distraction in the southern ward.
But wouldn't that make them want to come and hunt you more?
They do not know where the vampire spawns came from. They can assume such, and we can help direct any detectives or any assumptions towards us in other directions.
So they don't know you're vampires yet.
Not yet. For all they know, vampire spawns appeared after I opened a portal.
Oh.
Now, they could put blame on us, and things can come to light, but there are many of us. And then, as of now, in secret, mortals sleep, and they must rest, enchanting their minds, charming the right person, and turning the scales ever so slightly in our favor, one weight at a time, will make this all disappear. But completely exposing ourselves, he shakes his head, and that will bring about death. It will bring about conflict. There will be those who wish us not to reside within these walls.
I mean, I understand, but I feel like if you stay here, then there's gonna be that fear all the time of possibly being found out.
Yes, Miss, you are correct. We do live in fear. It's pathetic. But here we have resources. Here I can summon a gate to another realm to help my people get back to Lavatra. Here it's easier to make connections. There is always a price, Theron.
I'm not saying there isn't, but
and we must
what do you
always
need to open the portal?
we must always live with our consequences. The portal was a failure.
Well, you can reopen it.
Argent is no longer there. The spirits may
that's
reside,
Oh,
and they have an
that's
afterlife to go to. But whatever remains of Argent has been destroyed. Jeff, are you back with us?
he is, I think.
Yes.
Okay, I want to pass turn back to them.
Okay.
Alright, so you guys wait outside for about an hour, and Theron is still a no-show.
Whatever Woad was saying to me earlier falls completely on deaf ears, because as soon as I walk out of Darvon's office, Trevor starts making his way back home. He doesn't even wait for Theron.
Oh. Rude.
He simply has that brief conversation with Woad of like, hey dude, you know that Sunblade? Can I have it back because you totally didn't use it? And then Woe gave it back to him, and he starts making his way back home.
Wode, what do you want to do? You suggested to wait for Theron.
Yeah. Is there a guard by outside? The front door or anything?
There's city guards patrolling the streets.
Never mind. Yeah, if he's walking off, I'm gonna be following him.
Okay.
Not like from distance, just like.
Yeah, you're gonna walk with him. So you guys, for the most part, walk in silence, unless Woad wants to say anything or start a conversation. But you will get to the estate.
No, Wood will walk in silence.
Okay, so we make it to the estate, and Woad has not said anything.
Correct.
Then I will, and there are guards that are usually there, correct?
That is correct.
As soon as we get to the entrance of Denshire Manor, I will say, guards, I expect you to be on your best behavior this evening. Anyone who is not of the Denshire bloodline is not to make their way anywhere on this residence. Do you understand me?
The guards look down at you. They look at each other. They give a slight nod.
Okay, so I want you to understand me. Anyone who is not of the Denshire bloodline is to make their way anywhere on this on this property. Okay.
The guards
Like,
shuffle
while
in
he's saying
place and just give you another nod. You can see as they're a bit annoyed that you repeated yourself.
And then I'll start trotting my way to the front door of the manor.
While he's saying that, I'm just gonna say, then you will risk the life of innocence for this.
I'll turn back. Woad, just give me some time, okay? There's a lot of stuff that happened, a lot of information that transpired last night, or over the. I got a lot to think about, okay?
And more that can happen. Nobody is saying you will not have time to think about it. We simply wish to keep you safe.
That's great and all, but you're new, okay? And I think that you're great. I think that you're really cool, and I really do like you. But you don't know what all of us have been through. You don't know what I've sacrificed, and what Theron has sacrificed, and what Vasha and what Dion has sacrificed. You don't know us, okay? Just fucking stay back, okay?
And as you're saying this, there is a dust cloud of like this golden aura that emanates from the house, shakes the entire estate as the place trembles under you guys' feet, and it goes out throughout all the property, past the lands, and the kind of this magical essence goes through you guys as you feel this calming aura go past you, but a very familiar presence, and then you see as the cloud of energy just dissipates and disappears.
I'm just gonna look over. Is that normal?
I definitely didn't do that. What was that? Hey, guards!
The guards.
What just happened?
The guards leave their post and they run up to the manor.
Hey, guys! I think legally you have to tell me what's happening. Is this self-destruct mode? What the fuck is going on here?
They don't say. Make a persuasion check.
Holy shit! I got so used to listening to Olivia, I forgot to keep the shit open. Okay. D20. Persuasion, you say?
I want to keep an eye out to see if anybody's
20.
coming towards us.
You want to what?
I I want to keep an eye out and see if I can see anyone coming towards us.
No one's coming towards you.
Like anything.
One of them guards just says, "I don't rightly know."
Oh, awesome. Oh, that's and I cut my hand over my mouth. That's extremely useful information.
I'm just going to say it may be best for you to get inside. As Wood is still like kind of looking around, hand kind of on his pistol, just keeping an eye out.
Well,
I've already
it
started,
emanated
like,
from
making my
inside
way
the
towards
house.
inside.
Oh, okay, it emanated from inside.
Yeah, it came
I thought,
from
like,
the
it kept
house.
going. I thought it kept going though, like.
Yeah, it kept going until it dissipated.
Oh, okay, so it dissipates, okay.
Do I get a sense from where inside the house that it came?
No, you
Like,
just
was
know
it-
this whole thing just like you had your back towards it, and you were talking to Woad.
Okay, so something happened from inside the house.
Yeah, something happened from inside the house.
Oh, okay. Then I will say.
That's why the guards are running to the
towards
house.
Wait, what's happening? What? Huh?
Maybe it's best for you to
um,
not go inside until we know what is happening.
Hey, fuck you, fucking robot. My dad might be in there. Fuck it. I don't have anything. I don't have any. I don't have anything to
And
cast. I run
just
inside
like
the
that,
house.
we get demonetized. Just like
Then allow me to go with you to make sure everything is okay.
I run inside the house.
Okay, so you run inside the house. Whoa, do you follow?
I'm going to say that the guards.
Guards aren't there.
Oh, so they ran inside.
I mean, there's a
I thought
whole
they. Sorry,
there's a whole plot of land. Yeah, the guards aren't there. They went to go check on the house.
Okay.
You're at the gate.
Yeah, I'm gonna run in.
Okay, so you follow behind. You run inside. You see there's a bit of confusion as there's a bunch of guards inside the house. Your father is at top of the stairs looking down, and pointing at a door. And there's a bunch of guards surrounding this door upstairs, which is Dion's room.
Dad, come on. What's happening?
I don't know. There was I was just doing paperwork, and then all of a sudden an explosion of some sort came over. One of the maids said that it happened from this room.
From which room?
He points over, and he's pointing at Dion's room as all the guards are setting up, kind of like SWAT
don't
style.
You do this to me, Mario. Don't do this. I fucking run towards Dion's room.
One of the guards goes to stop you. Is like, Lord Dunshire, now is not the time.
What are you doing? Let go of me! That my friend lives in that room. You let me into that room right now.
You push past him and you get to the door. And the door, you open it. And you slowly start to peek inside the door. As you do, you can feel that same energy that flowed through you before. The whole as you touch the door, the whole, like, that feeling of calm, of essence, of just goes through your body.
Like,
and as the door
calm, that's a good thing.
creaks open, you see Dion, and he's sitting, but he's floating, and he's holding the scabbard at which his katana was in across his lap. And now you realize what that energy you were feeling was ki, and there's been nothing but ki just emanating from his katana, as his katana is now floating in circles around him as he and the katana are floating. and he seems to be in this deep meditative state.
Wait, what? What? Yeah.
I'm just
Hey,
gonna,
hey,
I guess,
Dion?
announce him. Is everything okay?
I, I don't know, Woad. Just
Dion does not respond.
be ready for anything. Like
I'm going
Dion's
to-
our friend. Dion's our friend. You know that.
I want to
I don't
start
exactly
approaching-
know what's happening. It could be bad. It could be good. I don't know.
I want to approach the door, and do I get the same sensation of that calming?
Yep. You get that same calming sensation of just
All right.
an immense amount of ki is just going through your
Yeah.
body, and you can just feel Dion's energy as he is just in. It's just pouring out of him as he is just in a state of just
So as he's doing that, I'll just,
enlightenment almost.
yeah. One hand on my rapier, just kind of keeping an eye, make sure nothing goes weird, in a bad way.
Hey, Dion. Hey, buddy.
No response.
Okay. I'll look to Woad. I'm just gonna try one more time vocally, and if he doesn't respond, I'm gonna touch him to see if he responds to that. Okay?
He just he nods as he's still looking, and I want to just
Yeah,
get ready. If something goes bad,
don't
just
do
try to
anything.
grab.
Yeah, don't do anything rash. Like if he hurts me, then you know obviously. But just if he reacts, just give him a second, okay? Don't do anything until he actually hurts me, okay?
Just nods.
And then I'm gonna maneuver myself however I can to be within Dion's eye line. Like is he hovering or
He is
just-
hovering.
Okay. So would I have to then like jump up to get into his eye line in a way?
Yeah, if that's what you want to do.
Shit. I'm just gonna start. Literally, I'm gonna stand directly in front of his body, but I'm gonna start jumping.
Okay.
Be like, "Hey, Dion, can you see me? Like
Nothing.
jumping up in front of him.
No response.
How? So if I'm standing in front of him, technically, I know he's levitating in some way, but how far above me is he?
Dion's a pretty tall fellow. So, I mean, pretty high up. Like, you're still within his line of sight. He's not levitating that high off the ground. Maybe, well, I guess, whatever. He's probably maybe like 2.5, 3 feet off the ground. So, he's basically levitating about as how tall you are. And then, you know, then there's him.
I'll go ahead and, because, I don't know, he's floating, so fuck it, let's try it. I'll cast Mage Hand, and I'll just gently place the Mage Hand at the back of his head and try to push him down so that he can be eye level with me.
I mean, even if he's sitting on the ground,
And again, like
he
I'm
won't be
jumping
eye
in front
level
of
with
him,
you,
trying
but-
to make eye contact with him.
Okay, so
I'm
his eyes are
jumping.
closed. His eyes are closed. You push your mage hand on him, and you push him down, and he levitates to the ground, and like with no resistance, as if there's like zero gravity affecting him. He touches the ground. You know, your mage hand gives off a little weight. He kind of floats back up, and you can keep him on the ground as you want. But right before you, Dion did something. And he is in a deep meditation to the point where...
Fuck it, I cast Counterspell at 5th level.
Alright,
To
roll a
try
dice.
and undo whatever he's done. So, I just roll a d20.
Yeah.
9.
Let me look up counterspell real quick.
I know, I'm not... I
Oh,
think it's,
no, you
I
can't
think
do
it's gonna be
counterspell.
10 plus whatever the...
You can't do counterspell because it's already activated. You would need to
Yeah.
do like dispel.
Yeah.
because you're not interrupting anything.
Dion, buddy, I know you're probably just doing like, you know, your average like monk shit or whatever, but I would really like to talk to you right now so that I can understand what's going on, because you're doing stuff and you can't talk to me, and I'm just freaking out.
And as Trevor sits there, as his best friend seems to be lost, if not gone, in a state of we don't know. Dion is going to be in the state for who knows how long. For the party, yet again, brought together, comes together when the world needs it most. However, the world never seems to be there for the party. And as things seem like they're falling apart and the world is crashing around them, we will have to find out next week what happens to everyone in the City Saviors. Thank you for stopping and listening in to Dragons and Friends podcast, the City Saviors. We get together and play every Monday at 8 p.m. Feel free to catch us live, interact with us after the game as we do our post-game discussion. And if you want to keep up to date on the date, these will be posted on YouTube for you to catch up or otherwise rewatch. But yeah, today's session, guys. What a
I've been like dying in the back.
the entire time.
Yeah. But man, that is some heavy stuff.
I hate you,
No?
Mario. I don't actually hate you, but you know, like, I hate you and stuff.
I understand. 100%
I don't,
understand.
but I do. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go take some more medicine and just. Hopefully it's not COVID. Hopefully it's just like a.
Hit that emergency. Hit that airborne.
Oh, I'm gonna see what we have. Oh my god, my dad. This man dead ass took like 2 or 3 spoonfuls of Vicks, put it in a saucepan, and melted it, and essentially had it evaporate throughout the whole house. Cause supposedly he's like, yeah, it'll help you breathe. I'm just like, the house just smells awful. The house just smells like Vicks. Then he made a tea, which is gross as hell. I don't know what herb it is in English, but in Spanish it's called hierba buena, which means literally translated good herb. But the tea of it tastes like ass, and they just
That's a good herb, man.
Yeah, not good herb in that way, but they're just like, oh yeah, you know, it's good for when you're sick, blah blah. I'm just like, I don't. Yeah. I'm just like, I'm taking Tylenol on them. My sister brought me some food, so I'm gonna reheat that, eat, and then head to bed. But all right, that was fun, y'all. I'll see y'all next week.
Yeah, man. I'll see you next week. It was fun.
All right, y'all stay safe.
I want to apologize right off the bat. Okay, so we counted some rules today. Firstly, I want to apologize about the vampirism rule. I thought I understood vampirism, and then I didn't. And then I was like, oh wait, I was right all along. And then I did. So there was just the vampire spawns really messed me up. But how vampirism works in D&D, so this is out of game, this is post-game discussion, is when you die, if you die by a vampire and you've taken necrotic damage from them. Well, it doesn't even state that. Basically, if you just die by a vampire, they can turn you into a vampire spawn. You cannot turn into a vampire until you've drinking that vampire's blood, or I guess a vampire's blood, to turn into a real vampire. So I was super confused. I confused myself, or I just forgotten that bit. And when I went to look at it, I was like, oh, it says nothing about how to turn into a vampire spawn. So you must just be like getting bit and then you have vampirism. And then, so I went back and forth. So I apologize about that, guys. That was my fault. I just did not know the lore 100% when I thought I did. And then, but we fixed it. I improvised and we went with it.
I think I'm still confused about that, honestly.
No, so what's happening is
I follow you completely, Mario, because you're the only DM in the history of ever who's ever made a mistake like that.
so yeah, to turn into a vampire, you have to die by a vampire. Now, can vampire spawns turn people? I don't know. That wasn't clearly stated. So I guess that's up to the DM. So I'm just going to be like, yeah, whatever, hell not. And so, but they would be stuck as a vampire spawn. So it just basically turns into this like plague of vampires, almost like zombies. And so what happened was I was like, all right, maybe Jeff is going to be a vampire. So I went to look up a cure and nothing showed up. So then I went on Reddit. And it was hilarious because Reddit was like, some dude was like, he was like, hey man, I've been DMing. I'm trying to figure out like, how do you find a cure for vampirism? And like everyone's response was, put them outside in the sun. There, done, cured. And then the other person's response was, give them a big old Italian meal. There, done, cured. It was like, everyone was like, yeah, you have to kill them. Like they have to die. There, that's the cure. And you scroll down, you get some more serious ones, but it's like there is no like cure. Like for lycanthropy, there's a cure. If you get bit by a werewolf, that acts as like a disease. So if you do like, remove curse, you can get rid of lycanthropy. But if you were born a werewolf, you have to get the same thing as vampire. You have to basically die and become reincarnated, or have someone wish the lycanthropy out of you, or like wish the vampirism out of you. And so there's that. So in reality, like Trevor, just because he was unconscious so many times by vampires, I was like, I played it off as like, he was turning into a vampire, but because he was brought, he never died, he's just feeling the side effects and stuff like that. But yeah, that's where improv comes in handy.
Yep.
And but sorry about that, guys. I will.
No, that's one of the great things about D&D is that you start playing a session and you're like, hey, bing bang boom, I do a bunch of this. And then you get to the end of the session and you're like, ah, shit, actually, now that I look at it, maybe it happened this way or it happens a different way. And then you don't necessarily have to retcon it. It's just that in the next session, you're like, okay, here's how it actually goes down from now on.
Right.
And everybody accepts it because that's how a game is run. So yeah, that I totally accept everything that fucking happened just now.
Trevor, you look like you got hit by a sack of bricks.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with Trevor? What's going on? What was going on through Jeff's mind as Trevor? And you don't have to give us too much information so we don't meta. But what's like? How was that? How was all of that like? Because you had a little monologue there that was just beautiful, where you were speaking about
which one.
Which one? The one where you were speaking about how like you keep losing control over.
No, yeah. So I'll say one of the things that's happening with Trevor, and it's partly something that's happening with Jeff as a creator of this character, but in that moment where Trevor became unconscious, I was like, this kind of makes sense. Something that I am struggling with, and it's great because it's character shit, and that's the type of stuff that I love, so it's whatever, but the idea of, like, Jeff right now is personally struggling with the concept of multi-classing a barbarian with a bard. And from a role-playing perspective, it's wonderful because you have this guy who's like, "Arr, rah, 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 rah," and then you have this other guy who's like, if that makes any sense.
Oh yeah, totally.
But
I at least speak some Jeff.
But from a D&D standpoint, it makes zero sense whatsoever because of the fact that you have the range. So, like, as a bard, I can cast a bunch of spells, and I have all these bard spells, and I have all of these bard things, and that's great. But as soon as you introduce the concept of raging, I can't do anything bard related. I can still do attacks, I can still do reckless attacks, I'm still resistant to 3 types of damage, and that's great. And it's one of those interesting things where typically when you multi-class, each class kind of benefits the other in one way or another.
Yeah.
But when you look at Barbarian and Bard, they don't really, because the whole point of being a Barbarian is at the start of my turn, I go into a rage and I hit stuff.
Yeah.
But conversely, if you're raging, you cannot cast spells. And I had been kind of dealing with that, and I'm a fan of, like, no, I just want to play the character. I don't care about the abilities that I have, the spells that I can cast. All of that is secondary. All I care is about the characterization and the drama that can come with that. And where that ultimately came to a head was this session, when I was like, nah, here's a strategy. I'm going to drop my rage, and I'm going to cast Hypnotic Pattern. And that's going to be awesome, because I'm going to ensnare these 3 vampire spawn into this Hypnotic Pattern. Boom. That's step 1. Now, step 2 is I'm going to run down, I'm going to jump off this building, I'm going to get right into the face of this vampire spawn, and be like, hey, I get to hit you as many times as I want, and all the damage that you're going to do to me is half damage, because I'm resistant to that. And then suddenly I make the realization that, wait a minute, no, because if you go into a rage, suddenly you're going to lose that spell.
Oh yeah, and there's like,
and that's exactly what Trevor is going through right now, and that's what I was kind of hinting at to you, Mario, when I was like, as soon as I went unconscious, and I don't want to role play beat for beat exactly what's happening, but Trevor had a little conversation with Duncan as he was kind of teetering into the afterlife of, like, dude, you got to figure out this balance, bro. Like, yes, on one aspect, you are a person who hits things really hard, and then they hit you back, but not as harmful as when you hit them, and that's great. And then on the other hand, you do cool spells that stop people from doing things, but you can also do spells on your friends that make them do things that they couldn't do before. But you can't do both of those things at the same time. And that's something that Jeff as a player is coming to terms with, and that's something that Trevor is coming to terms with right now, which is, well, fuck. Like, I thought the whole point was that I do a spell, and then I jump down and I hit something. But I guess you're telling me that if I want to do a spell, I have to only do spells the whole time. But if you want me to hit things, I have to only hit things the whole time. And ultimately what I'm realizing is that Trevor, because now we're only dealing with Trevor, Duncan is his own NPC at this point, is not necessarily a level 12 character. He is 2 level 6 characters.
Yes.
And that's kind of a weird thing to throw. And not only is it like I get to be a level 6 character and a level 6 character, it's no. I get to be either this level 6 character or this other level 6 character. So it's an interesting, like, fuck, I didn't think about this when I made the character initially. It's cool tough for RP, it's not great for combat.
It's tough for barbarians to multi-class with a spellcaster for that reason. And it, you know what makes it even more interesting, so 5th edition is kind of like, it's hard to multi-class in 5th edition for stuff like that, because you are right, even if you weren't like a barbarian, you would still be playing as 2 level 6 characters, where you could still do a lot. Like, playing as 2 level 6 characters is actually really good, because then you get to do a lot of fancy stuff, but you're not, you know, jack of all trades or master of none, but you're never going to be, you could be a fighter rogue and get this extra damage with your sneak attacks, but you'll never do as much damage as a level 12 rogue, so the equivalent of, and it's that give and take. But yeah, no, for you, I think you said it perfectly with the whole, like, you're not 2 level 6 characters, you have to choose between being a level 6 character, which can be really rough. Yeah. Man. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing how you do find that balance and where it comes in. And I'm impressed with how you tie your combat into your role playing. Like, you tie that into, like, I'm gonna make this a character trait. Like, this isn't just gonna be a problem for me in combat. This isn't just like, oh, Jeff, figure out how to, like, be a, how to balance this and make a tactical decision. I really commend you, and I'm gonna steal that from you, where it's like, hey, my character also lives in combat. It's not that, oh, combat happens, I'm in another phase, I'm in another world, I don't stop being Trevor, I am still Trevor in combat. So that's really cool. I like that you took combat outside of combat.
Looking at what just transpired, it would have been one thing for Trevor to drop rage, throw up hypnotic pattern, and then, just take a couple of steps back and continue to do, like, spell casting stuff.
Yeah.
But in the moment, I was like, okay, cool. The hypnotic pattern is set. The trap has been displaced. I'm going to jump down and I'm going to start hitting stuff. And then suddenly the realization happens of, like, oh, shit. I'm only supposed to jump down and start hitting stuff if I can go into a rage. But if I go into a rage, then the hypnotic pattern that's back behind me dispels it. Oh, fuck! So theoretically, I should have stayed on the fucking rooftop.
Yeah.
And like, thrown my my one last bead of fireball, to the guys, or, done something or other, but, that's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. It really is.
As soon as I jumped down there, I was like, all right, hey, vampire spawn, you better look out. And then it happened to me in real time, where I was like, fuck, I should not have done that.
Right.
All right, I did it. So now make it make sense for character. And then literally that's when I was like, oh, crap. Duncan comes down literally in the moment, and he's just like, oh, Trevor, you're doing the right thing. You're just not doing it in the right order, mate. Oh, come on.
Me and you have had a similar session today, where it's like, we both messed up, and then we're both just kind of like, I gotta make it work. Like, just go with it. Theron, I think this isn't the first time, but this is the first time that you've definitely scared me in D&D. So I think you have been, like, overall MVP in combat today. So this isn't the first time you've been MVP in combat. I've never seen Theron do so much damage before. Like, I've seen Theron cast Blight, and Theron has done, like, 20 to 30 damage before, but, like, consistently this session, Theron was doing... Theron must have dropped... His DPS must have been, like, over 100, if not close to 200 damage today, which was... I've not seen that. I was like, all right, Theron's scary now.
It's because I did my homework.
I did my... And we got a Wild Surge today. We got a magic Wild Surge. You're bald! I completely forgot! You were bald! I forgot to have Darvon... Because I was thinking in my head, I was like, all right, Adeline is going to react to him being bald. Like, I had it all set up. I was like, all right, this is how... I was so focused on Adeline reacting to you being bald, I completely forgot to have Darvon. But, you know, it kind of works out. I think that in a funny way kind of builds Darvon's character. It's like, he's just, like, not gonna... He doesn't care. Like, I mean, he was talking about killing a kid in front of the kid. So it's just like...
He's like, well, that's a look.
Yeah. To him, he's just like, all right. Like... You know, one day you have hair, one day you don't have hair. Mortals, am I right? So, how? Okay, Theron or Olivia, I have a you. So earlier today, question for you. I'm just curious. I want to pick your brain. You were saying like, hey, can we montage this session? So I'm assuming two things. I'm assuming one thing. I'm assuming you enjoyed that montage thing that we did, or that I brought up last time, and you are happy or willing to do it more often.
Well, I prefer role-playing, honestly, to montage.
Okay.
But I felt in this instant that it was going to be a lot of rehashed information.
Oh.
Like talking about what happened.
Yeah.
But I didn't know for sure. That's why I was like,
okay,
maybe we should montage.
So I'm with you on that. I do prefer role-playing over montaging. I will, however, if I feel like it's important, I will not do a montage. Like, if it's something mundane, like...
Well, I thought...
You know, yeah.
I guess it was just me assuming what was going to happen. I thought he was just kind of gonna...
That's okay. I was just curious.
Theron what was going on, and then it wouldn't be like a whole thing. Yeah. But then you made it sound like he's not gonna tell him because I have to like persuade him to tell him. Which correct. You know, that should be role played.
Right.
But I thought that it was just me assuming that he was going to be like, yeah, this is what's going to happen.
No, that's okay. I appreciate you. I appreciate it when you guys step in and say stuff like that. I love that kind of stuff. I love that kind of interaction. That kind of like, you know, we're helping each other out play this game, and then we all get back into character and stuff like that. Nah, you're fine. Don't even worry about it. I really did just want to pick your brain. I was like, ooh, does she really get into this mechanic? Like, let me see what, because we're always testing things together, which is really cool. We're always changing the game and tweaking it to our own personal settings.
I don't mind it if, you know, it's going to be something that may not be, you know, too interesting role played or whatever. Right. Or if it's something that's like information we already had, we're just kind of
like
trying to get new pieces of that, or trying to you know, I don't know.
Like whenever you were telling Adeline of what happened in the future, or which is now the past, or the would-be future, when you were telling her of the would-be future, and she, you know, we didn't need to go over all of that, so we just like montaged it, and then we got back to the good bits.
Yeah.
No.
Also, Darren is very confusing to No, not Darren. Darvon. Darvon is very confusing to Theron.
Oh yeah? How so?
He's very confused. He's just very confused by him in general.
I try to make him a mysterious man. Try. How so? Like what? Like what is Theron confused about?
Just his intentions on everything in general.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, he's flawed.
Well, I mean, that's fine. It's just, and I'm not saying you have to change it. I'm just saying.
Oh no, this is
confusing.
good talk. That makes sense. That's fair. I like that one because sometimes for me, I love giving you guys a chance to help flawed characters outside of combat. The tricky part is like, how do I reward that in experience? So sometimes it's, I don't know. Sometimes I just wing it. I'm like, all right, so the creature's worth 5,000 experience points because you use persuasion. You know, you'll get, depending on the situation, depending on how much you interact with it. Let's say you skip the whole combat scene entirely through the use of persuasion. I would give you maybe half, if not a quarter, only because you, and then I will then force other persuasions upon you to get that complete 5,000 situation experience for fighting him, but there's more chances of immediate failure. So it's one of those things where, like, I don't like, you know, you roll for something and it's an immediate success. I like that you've rolled for something and there's like a tug of war, or there's like a speedometer meter, and it's like you're ticking it more and more to your liking. And sometimes the response you get, you may not realize that, like, you've helped, you know, push that tug of war, that rope more to your side. But when the time finally comes, all of those persuasion checks add up to the final, like, hey, this is the moment, because you've taken the time, you've taken days, if not hours, to speak to this character and really, like, grow this relationship with them. Then it cultivates into something. Same thing with, like, when there's a situation where, like, you guys, or for any DM out there, you know, I had to learn real quick that you guys just succeed at everything you do now. And we talked about this before, where, you know, you guys get to a certain level, and, you know, we talked about how in Critical Role they were like, oh yeah, we're just these hot shots now. We're gonna walk up and we're just quick. We're gonna gunsling everyone there, and we're the fastest, hottest people in the world. So, like, it was funny because there's a dude on Reddit that was asking this for DMs, and I replied to him. It was the first time I replied. I felt really proud of myself, because he appreciated the response, and it was like, what do you do when your characters just want to do stuff and they can just succeed all the time? And his example was like, you know, my character walks into a shop and it's just like, hey, give me all your stuff for free, and then rolls a 30, you know, like, they just have that good of a persuasion. And I was like, well, it's not so much like, let them succeed, don't punish them for having crafted that stat, but don't just give them what they want, you know, like, be like, oh yeah, you can have everything in my shop. However, like, a lot of this stuff is cursed and I forgot what's cursed. So, like, you know, just take your pick and good luck. Or just be all like, look, yeah, I'm in major debt. You can take this stuff, but I'm telling the gangster that, you know, you took all my stuff. Like, I'm not going to try to stop you. I'm already on protection money. Like, you're going to have to deal with them. And then I make you go through a dungeon and you have to go through this crime syndicate, but you get all this free magical stuff, you know? It's just one of those things where it's like, yes, you succeeded, but there's not so much a catch, but there's like this weighing option of like, do I want to go through all that, you know, so like I give the players an option. If it's that ridiculous, I don't do that for everything you guys do, obviously, because you guys play with me every week. but I do it for like ridiculous things like that. Like, okay, yeah, you want to take everything in the shop? Yes. And there's everything in this shop just so happens to have so-and-so with it. So that's kind of what I do. You make amazing persuasion rolls. Don't think that I purposely make the DCs high to go against you. It's just that a lot of the times
Totally
when Theron tends to like not talk to lesser people. I don't know if that's on purpose. I don't think it's by design, but it's like, you know, the people that would be easy to persuade, Theron never really talks to them. But when it comes
Like
down,
who?
like shopkeeps, you never haggle with shopkeeps.
do.
You did
I
one
never
time,
haggle.
and it was because of a
No.
mission.
I used to haggle shit all the time
You
because
you
Ashby had no persuasion, and she always wanted stuff for cheap. So she always used to be like, "Theron, come haggle my shit for me," and so I would go haggle.
but Theron himself would not go do it. Like someone would ask Theron to come
he
do
has
it.
no money.
Exactly.
How is he gonna haggle?
But yeah,
No
but that's the
money.
thing. So it's like, but that's, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's like Theron could walk up to someone and be like, "Look, like, I got magic. Like, I'll give you some magic. You give me this thing for free. What magic? I don't know. Can I have it for free?" And they'd be like, "You know what? You cute. Like, yeah, take it." But so, like,
He's not that.
Can I
kind
throw
of
down
person.
something real quick?
yeah, go for it. Throw down.
And this is not something
Throw down for
personal
what?
for me. This is something that I literally heard a dungeon master say on a podcast this very afternoon.
Okay.
But to the scenario of walking into a store and, oh my god, I rolled a 35 charisma check to buy a magical item. How exciting a tale is it if King Arthur walks into a 7-Eleven and can just buy Excalibur? That's not an interesting tale.
Yeah.
And so, and what the DM in that case was saying was, even if you're the most charismatic person and you roll a fucking 70, which is preposterous, on your charisma check to be like, hey, sell me the most amazing thing that you have, as a DM, you can just simply say, well, I've got a couple of scrolls that are for cantrips. You can literally just change the stakes and be like, dude, like, if you want to be the greatest warrior ever known, I'm not going to let you just walk into a fucking store and buy the most amazing magical weapon. Like, no, dude, you got to earn that. Like, you as a DM can just change the rules in that moment and be like, yeah, great, you rolled an amazing charisma check, but I've got some healing potions. That's all I have in my inventory right now. Like, I'm not just gonna give you that. Like, that's got to be earned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I mean, I agree.
That's
I
just bullshit that you can just be like, oh, I plopped down a 1,000 platinum pieces and I just buy the most amazing thing ever. Like, that's just not fun inherently.
I agree with that sentiment. It ends back with like, you know, if someone's perusing your shop and they already know what's at cost, and then you do. But no, I agree with that sentiment. That's why I do what I do. Because, like, yeah, you can come in and do your stat, but it's like, all right, like, work. Like, go get it. Like, no, you know, it makes for player choice, player option, and things like that. And I'm not, you know, I hate for it to be like a carrot on a stick, but it's exactly what, you know, that podcast was saying, and the likes of, like, what kind of story would that be? And I know there's some people out there that, you know, they play with, I'm not for one that likes to play with cheat codes or anything like that, but to put this in an analogy, if you wanted to play with cheat codes and, you know, you love that type of play style, I mean, yeah, you know, that I'm pretty sure I know a DM I know a DM that was his thing, where it was just like he gave his players everything they wanted, and that's just how they like to play. And I never found it fun, but you know, everyone has fun in their own way. But yeah, no, I totally agree with that. That
like you just kind of have to set your own bounds of like again, like another another podcast that I was listening to is, you know, dealing with the aspects of realism when it comes to D&D.
My favorite.
Okay, we live in a world where physics mean nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I can cast all these spells. Theoretically, I can do anything. And a good example that they set forth was Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how, you know, when you're doing world building and you're creating a world, you're creating a town, what is the economic status of this town?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the examples that they cited was the Weasleys in Harry Potter. Why the fuck are the Weasleys poor? They're fucking something wizards. Like this. They can do whatever they want. They can create whatever they want out of nothing. How are they poor and the Malfoys, for some example, or for some reason, are rich? Like, they're all wizards. They can all do whatever they want. Why are they poor? And same thing, like, why is Harry wearing glasses the whole time? He's a fucking wizard. Just make your eyes better, dude. You know, and so you start to ask questions about these different worlds that have been built around you, and you're like, oh, well, you just have to set your own realm of realism of like, oh, okay, well, if we're magic users, what can we do and what can we not do? And you just have to be very specific about the types of rules that you set in place, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they call them magic systems, actually. Or something of that sort. Brandon Sanderson.
I was just about to name drop that. I was just about to name drop him.
He has a whole lecture on magic systems and how to make them not overpowered, but believable, and it's very good if you ever get a chance. I think it's on YouTube.
On the topic of Harry Potter, and I think this is opinion that's been stated many times. I am not a fan of the Avada Kedavra curse.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just
Cosmonaut Variety Hour, bro.
It takes away from so much. Of freaking Harry Potter. Like, you just get to kill.
Yeah.
Takes away all the. I think the best fight, and yes, yeah, like I saw that too, the Cosmonaut Variety Hour.
Like, I love that. Like, oh wait, there are this many spells that inherently cause death, but the one spell that is just straight up the death spell is restricted. Like, fuck off.
But the fact that
I can cast this spell and I could potentially kill a person, but it's not forbidden. Like,
I think it was like
about?
Really the best wizard duel in Harry Potter is between Voldemort. Oh my gosh, why can't I remember his name?
Harry.
No, not Harry.
I'm kidding.
I don't want to say Gandalf. It's
Dumbledore.
Jeez Louise. The best fight, and I'm a Harry Potter fan. Gosh, look at me. It's between Dumbledore and Voldemort. Because, and Cosmonaut Marcus put it best, is one, Voldemort knows that Dumbledore is too strong of a wizard that he can't just use Avada Kedavra on him, so he has to use other spells to trip him up. And same with Dumbledore. He's too morally restricted to be able to use curses.
Straight up use Avada Kedavra
on Voldemort. So he uses, he's supposed to be the charm master. He's the best at doing charms. So he uses his own charms to go against Voldemort. And it's like the most cinematic and coolest duel in all 9 movies. And then they just, yeah, it all comes down to 2 laser beams. But that, for that, so I'm sidetracked, but going back, honestly, I think some of these podcasts we should delve into like our nerdism and go into like Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. But no, Olivia, when it comes, you succeed a lot of the persuasion checks, and a lot of the times I like to build it up. I like to be like, all right, you're tipping the scales in your advantage. So whenever the time comes, whenever we're looking at everything that's been weighed, boom, this is it. But I know a lot of times I can be very ambiguous whenever I show that you've succeeded. And part of those times is like Darvon's outburst. For me, it's like, yeah, it's staying in character, but you obviously did something or said something that put him out of his comfort zone, that broke that cold, icy exterior that he always shows. And whether it was good or bad, I don't want to outrightly tell you. I want to leave you in that kind of like mystery of like, did my role work or did my role not work? And, should I keep trying or should I give up? And that's what these post-game sections are for. So whenever like all is said and done, I would have been like, oh, if you kept trying, this would have happened. Or yeah, you should have gave up long ago. Or like tell you what those DCs were. And but yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this goes. You guys always come up with this kind of gripping stuff, and that's gonna cut us for time. Do you guys want to drop anything before we any last responses, any last replies?
The only thing that I will say is Trevor had a very clear-cut plan in front of him of what he was going to do in the next few hours, but then you threw in that Dion shit.
Yeah, that was kind of like...
And I don't know what I'm thinking.
That was interesting. I was not so I was planning for Dion. Right, I was planning for that to happen. I was waiting for you guys to go back to the estate. I was not planning for the emotional stuff that you guys were going through when you were getting back to the estate. So the Dion thing was planned before game, whenever I got to plan it. And then everything else was kind of just like, I was like, huh, that just worked out. Like, because... But
that's my best buddy, man.
Yeah. Olivia? Any last words for the audience? Do you want to send them off?
No, I don't have anything.
Beautiful.
Have fun, road travel.
Thank you guys for stopping in and watching Dragons and Friends and joining us in the post-game discussion.
Dog will hunt.
Until next time, and as always, play nice.